involved in it. I'm not saying you are fully involved or you are experiencing that action completely. I'm saying your being is wanting to completely experience that activity and be fully involved in that action. Catch yourself. How many times have you completed a full cup of coffee? Being totally involved in that action. When you're sipping your coffee, you are in so many different places with those 5 or 6 sips that you take, isn't it? Where are you going to get fulfilled with the coffee cup? No wonder every morning when you wake up, you want to have the coffee again and again. Is this clicking with you? Any action that you do is only to complete you and fulfill you. Your being is seeking for it. Your being is yearning for it. But are you completely present in that moment to enjoy that action? Fulfill yourself in that action? No. And that is what remains as a stuck thought current. And that is karma. Look at, are we fully conscious of every action that we engage in? Are we aware every moment of our lives? How many days you sat in your car, drove to the office, almost 45 minutes, and you don't even know that you drove this far and you already reached the office? Have you seen every board that is on the road? Are you even aware that you're driving the car? No, right? We are not aware every moment of life. A small story. A man was traveling by cab to the airport. The cab driver was very fast, even around the corners and the sharp turns. The passenger was getting terrified with his driving. Finally, the cab driver, seeing the terrified passenger, said, "Why don't you just do what I do when I take turns? Just shut your eyes." See, this is the way this cab driver is driving the car. It may sound like a joke for us now, but sadly, that is exactly the way we are driving the car called our life. In such unawareness, unconsciousness. Yes. So just shutting your eyes to the whole happening, you continue to drive your life. Ma Guru Prasadini is asking, Ma, it means that every time when we are not in the present moment, when we are doing an action, we are creating karma. The way to remove the karma is to act and relive the experiences fully and completely. Yes, see, it's not about creating karma. You are performing the action to fulfill yourself, to complete yourself. When you are completely aware of that action, you know what? The fulfillment that you will reach, the hangover of that will not be there to drive you to repeat the same action again and again. Are you getting the point? As long as you do not fulfill that experience, it is going to remain as a hangover and continue to drive you to perform the same action again and again. In fact, Bhagavan says the fact that you come back again and again, take life after life, multiple births and deaths is also karma. Because you have not lived your life in awareness. You're not fulfilled your existence on this planet Earth. And that is why you're driven to take birth also again and again. The second part is right. The way is to act and relive the experience fully and completely. I'll give you a small example of you have a craving for a particular sweet, a chocolate. All right. It drives you mad. If you can't get that chocolate, when you think of it, then you're stuck. You understand? Because you were never there in the act of eating and enjoying the chocolate when you had it, it will remain as a hangover and you will continue to crave for it. I'm getting the point. Swamiji says, with everything it is like this. When you are in that action, be completely there, available, and live that experience fully. Then the hangover will never remain. You will not crave for it any longer. It is not that you'll stop eating chocolates, but you'll not go nuts when you don't have the chocolate. When you have the chocolate, you'll enjoy it. When there's no chocolate, you will not even miss it. That is the liberation that you will experience. Engage all your senses and your complete being into every action. When you do that, there will be no craving whatsoever in your life. Even the so-called missing people will not happen for you when you are completely available to them when you are with them. Even when the person dies, you will not miss them. Because when you were sharing your life with that person, you were so totally available for them that when they're not there, there will be no hangover. You're just grateful for the happening of that person in your life. But there will be no missing. You getting the point? Yes, thank you. How much karma do you carry? The next question. When you are not completely aware and involved in the action that you are engaged in, your being remains unfulfilled in that experience. The unfulfilled experience remains inside you and keeps pulling you to do the same action with intensity to fulfill it. And this is karma. Essentially the same understanding reiterated. Karma is the collection of all the unfulfilled experiences that stay in us and constantly pulls us to fulfill them. Anything that we do and experience intensely and deeply will always leave our system. It will liberate us, including your sensual pleasures. One of the worst sufferings that humanity is currently engaged now is addiction to pornography, right? Even those kind of sensual pleasures, when you're in the act, if you're completely there, you will not be craving for that. You will not be driven to do that again and again. You'll be liberated. Any experience that we do not go through completely, through which we do not have complete fulfillment, that did not get our full attention, awareness, and energy, remains inside us as karma and it will drive us to perform the same action over and over again. Even though one carries some karma, basically that individual as such, the reality is that, the truth is that that individual is whole, complete fulfillment, right? Purnamada Purnamidam. We all came from the whole, so we are whole. So any karma that has not been fulfilled cannot rest inside for too long. It will try its best to fulfill itself. It will drive again and again to go through the same activity so that it can be fulfilled. I see more people logging in. Nithyananda, Ma Frederick, Ma Kim Lee, and Sheng Wong. Yes. Today's session is about breaking free from the karmic cycle. So we're getting into understanding what is karma. So this truth essentially is being repeated to drive the point inside us completely. So I continue. Any desire, any experience which has not become complete in an individual's system will remain as karma and push you again and again to make you go through the same experience until it is fulfilled. In life, one continuously takes decisions. These decisions are not only for the major events in an individual's life, even the words that one talks continuously, the thoughts that one harbors continuously, is the individual's own decision. You all agree to this point? It is your decision to be here in the session, attending the program, whether the color of the shirt that you're wearing or the device that you're using, everything is your own decision. Your thoughts and your words, all of that is your decision. The simple to the major events of your life, all of it is your own decision. Please take a moment and internalize this truth. Even your birth is your own decision. You decided to happen. You chose where you will be born. You chose your parents. You chose your gender. You chose your body. All of that is your decision, is the truth. All individuals' thoughts, words, and actions collectively contribute to the individual's karmic baggage because none of them give rise to fulfillment. And this is how you accumulate karma. Our own thoughts, words, and deeds become our karma, drive us to reach fulfillment in some way. Understand? Present is the totality of all your past decisions, right? The totality of all the past decisions is the present moment. Now, applying the same logic, the totality of your present decisions will be your future, isn't it? If you decide that, I will just lie down in bed, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go to office, I will not work, I'm not interested. Tomorrow, you're not going to get a promotion in your office because you haven't had a good track record. So tomorrow, you can't blame somebody else for not having got promoted. It is your decision of the present moment which is creating that future for you. Now, this is the essence of the karma theory. The totality of all your past is the present, and the totality of your present is your future. Are you all with me on this understanding? Yes. Thank you. The totality of all your past is the present, and the totality of your present will be your future. When we are told this, our mind will ask, are you trying to tell me, the disease that I am having and suffering with right now is my own decision? This spouse is my decision, who's always there nagging at me? I wouldn't have made this choice. No, it is your decision only, because the problem is that we make most of our decisions unconsciously, right? It is like this guy who went to the hotel. He was very hungry and he started ordering for food, multiple courses of different varieties. And finally, when the waiter gets the bill and he produces it to this guy, he says, I did not order this. You must know, when you eat so much, the bill is going to come to you and you have to pay up, isn't it? Like this. Many a time, we do so many actions in our unconsciousness that when life presents itself in a particular way, we are like stunned and we say, how come this happened in my life? You cannot blame somebody else. Know that whatever is there in your life today is a result of your own past decisions, past actions. If something is not up to your wantingness in this moment, those actions have happened in unconsciousness. So the next question, can karma be exhausted? Bhagavan says, flood more awareness and more intelligence into your thinking system. Flood more awareness and more consciousness into your decision-making system. And that is the only way to exhaust your karma. Someone is asking Bhagavan, if we are all cleansed of all karma, does this mean that when we do something that causes karma, do the consequences come much sooner, if not instantly? Bhagavan is answering, in any given moment, the future is predestined, but conditionally. It will be a certain future according to the totality of all the events till that time. And this is called as a predestined future. But even your predestined future is conditional. There is an important factor that can and will change it, and that is your consciousness, your will. Are you understanding this very empowering truth, all of you? Please take a moment to internalize this. I will read it again. See, when we are telling you that your future is predestined, many a time, human beings would want to say, see, if my future is already decided, what is the use of me doing and not doing something? Anyway, it's already predestined. And you would want to get into a victimhood mentality. My future is already written, so there's nothing left for me. I have to go through this. But Bhagavan is saying, even your predestined future is conditional. If you do not take responsibility, it is going to happen. But there is an important factor that can change your predestined future, and that is your will, your consciousness. Bhagavan's answering the question, how do you retain good karma? Understand, destiny is not something that is written in stone. It very much depends on how you choose to respond to every situation that life presents to you. Your awareness will give you the intelligence and the courage to change the flow of events in your life. Destiny is not written in stone. You, with your will, your consciousness, your intelligence and courage, can change the flow of events and thereby even change the future. So with this, I'll now be entering into the next segment on karma, deeper understandings. Just give me a minute. We will learn about karma with respect to your thoughts per second. TPS means thoughts per second. If you don't know your past completely, you will repeat the same things in the future, says Bhagavan. If your thoughts per second can come down and you know your past as it has happened, you won't repeat the same past in the future. See, thoughts per second is something that we need to understand here. The default nature of the mind is the continuous inner chatter that goes on inside us without our conscious involvement, without even our awareness. You can do a simple exercise to understand this. Just take a pen and paper and start penning down the thoughts that are happening in your mind without any editing. It is not for you to show anyone. It is for you to understand the nature of your mind. It is literally like somebody has fixed a FM radio station and they forgot to switch it off. And it is going on and on and on and on. The mind will be jumping from one thing to another. Suddenly, you will remember, oh, tomorrow when I go to work, which dress should I be wearing? It will start there. Then suddenly, it will say, it's too hot and sultry today. Maybe I should get myself a nice cool drink or an ice cream. Suddenly, it will take you to some party in which you had that ice cream. You know, do you see how without any connection, there is a lot of unconscious inner chatter that is going on inside you. When you practice meditation, when you practice unclutching, the number of thoughts per second will drop. When the TPS drops, you are so much in the present moment. You will be so aware, so conscious. In that space, you will also know your past as it has happened. Most of us, we remember our past through our own perceptions, not the truth as it has happened. When you do the process of completion of your past incidents and you go and talk to the people who are involved, many a time you will realize that, you know, what happened was something else and what I remember of the past is something else. Have you all had this experience? Right? Abin is nodding his head. Yes. What about the others? When you have seen the truth of life, yes, when in heights, yes, all right. As it has happened, you will not repeat the same mistake in the future. You will then become a karma mukta, liberated from karma. As of now, you are a karma bandha, bonded to karma because you have not lived your past completely. Ma Kimli says the thoughts came up as if things that will happen. I don't think I understood what you're trying to tell me, Ma. Can you elaborate a little more? Thoughts as in you're trying, like predicting a future? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Thoughts are nothing but your mind jumping between the past and the future all the time. It is the guilt of the past or the fear of the future. That is the nature of the mind. Bhagavan is trying to explain two concepts of karma mukta and karma bandha. If your thoughts per second can come down and you know your past as it has happened, you won't repeat the same past in the future. And that is when you will become a karma mukta, liberated from karma. As of now, you are a karma bandha, bonded to karma because you have not lived your past completely. Remember, the past actions which have not reached completion are continuing to remain inside you, driving you to perform the same action again and again. And that is why you are bound. You are bound to the karma. For example, sorry about that. Your childhood always seems golden. It is the golden past for most of us. You may feel that your life in college was great, but when you were actually in college, did you really feel that way? No, because your suffering has become much more now. In comparison, the past seems very nice. Bhagavan says, anything that you do completely, it drops you. Now, you attribute joy to your past, but if given a chance, would you want to repeat it? When you lived through it, did you actually experience it that way? No. When you were in college, yes, you wanted the college to end fast. And I'm sure most of us have the same experience with schools and colleges. But now when we look back into our life, we will say, those were the days. It was so much fun, so joyful. Bhagavan is telling, in comparison, your present has so many more problems and you're suffering so much that you attribute joy to your past. If you can relax in the present moment at 0 TPS for at least 11 kshanas, you will penetrate the time shaft, says Bhagavan. What is a kshana? We need to understand here. Kshana is a Sanskrit word which we commonly use to say second, 1 second. But with reference to TPS, 11 kshanas is not 11 seconds. 1 kshana is the time gap between two thoughts. If your thoughts are less, the TPS will be longer. If you are in a very chaotic situation, your mind is extremely chaotic, the number of thoughts per second will be so high that the kshana will be very less. Bhagavan is saying, at least for 11 kshanas, if you can be at 0 TPS, no thoughts, you will penetrate the time shaft. And all the meditation techniques are ways to bring down the TPS so that you can penetrate the time shaft. Kshana is a measure of time. It is not a second or a minute, as many people believe. The gap between two thoughts is one kshana. We are used to thinking of time in an absolute sense, but a kshana is absolutely relative. The thoughts of every person and the rate at which they come in a person are dependent on that person. Kshana varies from person to person. Do you all concur? This truth? Kshana varies from person to person and in the same person also. Okay, you could not get kshana. I'll agree. I will repeat again. Kshana is the gap between one thought and the next thought. For example, if you're sitting with a very dear friend, a childhood friend, with whom you have so many lovely memories that you cherish, you're engaged in a certain activity that you really love, you will not even know. You're sitting in Bhagavan's presence in a satsang. You will not even know the time passed by. After some time when you look at your watch, oh my God, it's been 4 hours that we've been together, but it won't even feel like you were together for half an hour. Compare and contrast this to a situation where you're sitting with a person with whom your relationship is not all that great. You will keep on looking at your watch every half a minute. Oh, can I go now? Can I go now? Do you understand this? The time period that you would have spent there also would have been only half an hour, but it would feel like you've been there for a year with that person. That is the relativity of kshana. The gap between one thought and the next thought is kshana. What is breathing, ma? Can you explain? Breathing. Okay, yes, definitely. When you take long, deep, conscious breaths, your kshana will become longer. Because when you take long, deep breaths, the number of thoughts will drop, and thereby the kshana will increase. Yes, Ma Frederick, you're right. And Abin, Aya, are you clear with the explanation of the kshana that you got? Yes, thank you, Aya. If a person is restless and gets too many thoughts in a span of 1 second, his kshana is shorter because the gap between the two thoughts is less. If a person is calm and collected, like a meditator, he gets fewer thoughts in a given span of time. His kshana is longer because the gap between two thoughts is more. Yes, kshana is not an absolute measure. It is relative. You're right, Abhinaya. For different people, it is different. Like we are talking about people who are very anxious, their kshana will be very short. Whereas when you see yogis, people who practice meditation, in their very aura, they exude that calmness. You know when you see one. These kind of people, where the thoughts per second are less, their kshana will be very long, much longer. Your life is nothing but the totality of the conscious choices that you continuously make. Whether you want to or not, directly or indirectly, you are choosing everything someone else does not choose. Your karma is the totality of your conscious choices. An employee approached his boss. Sir, my wife said that I should ask you for a raise. The boss replied, oh, I will ask my wife tonight whether or not I should give you a raise. So it's like this. You can't be holding somebody else responsible for your thinking process. But you may think that somebody else decides, but at the end of the day, it is only you who is deciding. A small example can make you understand the basic truth. If somebody criticizes you, you choose to get offended. If somebody praises you, you choose to get flattered. Bhagavan is very clear about this. Nobody can cause you suffering without your silent permission. You are allowing it. When somebody praises you, you choose to get flattered. When somebody criticizes you, you choose to get offended. Many a time he says, the whole day, I am sitting here and telling you, I'm not here to prove that I am God. I'm here to prove that you are God. And when I'm telling you this, all of you will sit with such dull, boring faces. What God, Swamiji? For nothing I get so angry. I want this in my life. It is not happening. How can I be God? Maybe all these other people can relate to the truth, but I am not God. Or you'll sit like this. Right? Whereas if someone on the road says, when you're driving and there's a small, you brush across someone and he says, you idiot, are you blind? Can't you see? Just see how angry you get. You choose to get offended. You choose to take in. You choose to not take in. At the end of the day, when he's saying you're God, it is your decision not to take in that truth. When somebody is calling you an idiot or a fool, you choose to get offended. It is your choice. Because of your habit, you may choose it unconsciously. It is not that someone else who chooses, it is you who choose. Because it has become your habit to think that someone else influences your decisions, you have forgotten that you are choosing. Every time someone criticizes you, you choose to get upset. Every time someone praises you, you choose to get flattered. It is nobody else's choice but your own. You can decide either way. When someone criticizes you, you can choose not to get offended and you can choose to remain calm and relaxed. It is just your choice to feel offended or not, to feel flattered or not. Nobody else is making that choice for you. It's your own choice. All your continuous choices every minute put together decide your life. If you don't decide, and if you allow incidents to decide your life, what happens? You're not participating with life. Literally, you are in a paralyzed mode, isn't it? Literally living dead. If you're just allowing incidents to decide your life, you go into the mode of paralysis. Bhagavan is saying, our lives, as of now, are nothing but paralysis. It is only when you decide to live your life without any outside events, situations, and decisions being forced on you, you actually decide to live. As long as you don't understand, life is your choice. Your living is just paralysis. We make thousands of decisions in a day. Whether it is thinking, talking, cooking, we do for the sake of doing. When you eat, are you completely involved in the eating? While eating, you plan for the next vacation or think about how to get a raise at work. The food is going inside the body, but you're not tasting it and enjoying it fully. If you eat with awareness, automatically you will know the right type and the amount of food that you ought to consume. It is a very, very powerful technique. Those of you who want to lose weight, take this truth and utilize it as a technique. Be completely aware of the food that you're eating. See how much you have served into your plate. Feel the food with your hands. When you feed it into your mouth, just experience everything about the food, the temperature, the salt, the spice, the consistency, roll it in your mouth and chew it well. Take small quantities and eat it with complete awareness. You will see just with this one technique, your food intake will drop down more than 50%. Are we all aware of couch potatoes? The nice, fat, obese bodies that are dumped themselves on the sofas, the couches, sitting in front of TV, not even knowing what they're eating. They continue to eat and eat and eat. The consumption is so much, they don't even know what they are eating. In fact, I'm a pediatrician. I'm a child specialist. When my patients, my kids come to the clinic, I'll ask them, what did you have for breakfast? I would say 8 of 10 kids don't know what they've eaten because everyone is sitting with a screen. They're watching TV or they're on the laptop, watching some YouTube video, some cartoon, or the mother is feeding them and they're gaming. None of the kids know what they ate. This is the kind of unawareness and unconsciousness that our children are also growing up. And most people come back tired from their offices. Nobody sits on the floor and eats anymore. In India also, everyone is not even on the dining table. They're all in front of the TV with their plates. What they eat, they don't even know, and they eat so much more. Eat with awareness. You will eat the right type of food. Your body is very intelligent. You know what? It will tell you, this will not suit me. You will know what to eat, how much to eat, and how to eat to maintain your health. Please use this awareness around food intake, and you'll see you will actually start gaining health. Whether you believe it or not, directly or indirectly, you are choosing everything in your life. No one else chooses it in your life for you. It is you who makes the choice. Continuously, it is only your choice, your decision. You may think that somebody else decides your life. No, it is only you who's deciding all the time. Somebody criticizes or insults you, and you choose to get offended. If somebody praises you, you choose to get flattered. It is you who choose to respond, how to respond, and what decisions to make. But you try to fool yourself and others into believing it is someone else who is responsible, who's making you do things in their way. Bhagavan says, understand, you can decide to respond differently. For example, when someone criticizes you, you can choose not to get offended. You can choose to remain calm, relaxed, and collected. But automated response system in you is that you choose to get offended. And it is your choice to feel offended. We are blissfully unaware that we are the ones who caused the effects. We made it happen by the way of unconscious living and ended up collecting more and more karma. Okay, with this, we come to the conclusion of this presentation. With the various understandings that you have received so far in the session, do this small exercise. Myth versus fact. Write a myth that you had about karma and what is the fact or the cognition that you now got, and post it on Facebook and tag Swamiji's account, Kailasa's Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, with the hashtags Paramashivoham, hashtag Kailasa, and hashtag Nithyananda. The various wrong understandings that you might have had about karma, the myth that you had about it, any one of them, you can write that. And then whatever is the fact or the truth that you received as a cognition in the session now, you can write both and tag it on your Facebook accounts with Bhagavan's account. Less TPS will facilitate less karma. It does not mean less karma, Abhinaya. He's asking, so less TPS means less karma. It is not a fact like a meaning. If you are in the state of less TPS, you will be more conscious, you'll be more aware. So the chances that you will live your life in fulfillment is very high. And thereby you may not create more karma for yourself. Is that clear? TPS, Pierce, what is that? Pierce time? I am not too clear what you're asking. It's thoughts per second. It's not Pierce time, it's thoughts per second. What's the meaning of penetrating the time shaft? Penetrating the time shaft is a mystical superpower where you can actually time travel now. Yes. You can go to the past and to the future. If you can be in the state of 0 TPS for more than 11 seconds, says Bhagavan. We will continue on more understandings of karma in this segment. Vasana, samskara, and karma. 11 kshanas can be very long if your gap between thoughts is very long. Yes, ma, you're right. So let us now get into understanding vasana, samskara, and karma. What is vasana? Vasana is the seed of desire. For example, you are walking and you happen to see a dazzling necklace displayed outside a shop. A desire arises in you to possess it. This is vasana. We're giving you an example. All your desires arise out of the seed called vasana. Samskara is the plant that grows when the seed of the vasana sprouts. When you see that necklace again and again, the desire to possess it becomes stronger in you. When you feed the desire to possess the necklace, it is like supplying water and nutrition to the seed of vasana. I repeat, vasana is the seed of desire, and samskara is the plant that grows when the seed of vasana sprouts. We spoke about how one day you're just walking by and you happen to see a dazzling necklace in a shop, and the desire happened. Wow, such a beautiful necklace. I want it for myself. That is vasana. You did not actually act on it. It remained in you, and you saw that necklace again and again. The desire to possess it becomes much stronger. When you feed the desire to possess the necklace, it is like supplying water and nutrition to the seed of vasana. The corruption that happens to the inner space is the samskara, or the engraved memory. They are the memories that go and sit in your inner space and pull you to go through the same experience repeatedly. The engraved memories are sitting in your inner space and drive you to go through the same experience again and again. They pull you to do the same kind of actions repeatedly, pull you to run through the same kind of thought patterns, even if you don't want to. And those memories are the samskaras. Any samskara that is operating in your conscious or unconscious layer is nothing but a hindrance to fulfillment of your life. Understand this. They're just going to drive you to perform the same action again and again, and it will remain as a hindrance to fulfillment in your life. Bhagavan says there is no such thing as good or a bad samskara. No samskara is good. An inner space that is filled with samskaras is hell. An inner space without samskaras is heaven. So do not even try to classify samskaras as good or bad. A samskara by itself, by its very nature, is negative. By its very nature, samskara is depressive. Anything done out of samskaras will reduce everything to boring emptiness. Anything that happens with a deep understanding, just out of pure inner space, adds value to you always. See, the samskaras are those actions arising from your conscious and unconscious, which continue to drive you to perform the same action, which is never going to leave you fulfilled. And it will continue to remain inside you as a hangover. It will, even if you go on to perform that same action again and again, you're never going to be fulfilled out of it, and it will reduce everything to boring emptiness. On the other hand, and anything that happens with a deep understanding, just out of your pure inner space, will always add value to you. Anything done out of samskaras will add more and more bondage to you. Remember, you are a karma bandha. The karma is binding you. From your young age, we collect so many different samskaras in so many ways. We accumulate them and also reproduce them. Samskaras do not reproduce themselves, even without any further action from our part. These are very deep understandings. Please be in the space of listening. All samskaras which drive you to perform the same action over and over again will never fulfill you. They'll continue to bind you. You will be a karma bandha. From a very young age, we all collect so many different samskaras that we accumulate inside of us. And samskaras have it in them to reproduce themselves even without any further action from our part. And that is where is the role of the guru, who can burn those samskaras just by his presence. Samskaras get strengthened in different ways. There are some samskaras that get strengthened only by action. When you repeat that same action again and again, in the future, you will be engaging with them with more and more intensity. Samskaras mean memory? No. Samskaras are the engraved memories. Engraved memories which drive you to perform a same action again and again, but they will never leave you fulfilled. So it will remain as a hangover and you will go on performing the same action. That is a samskara. And they will always have an emotion attached to it, which is out of... Wait, let me complete what I'm telling. So samskaras will always have negative emotions attached to it. Are you getting the point, Abid? How to end the samskaras. That is what the program is all about, Ma Kimli. We'll understand deeper as to how to end the samskaras also. Negative emotions. Yes, you are right, Abid. Drugs and alcohol also fall into this. Yes, Ma Frederick, you're right also. If a person is restless and gets too many thoughts in a span of 1 second, his kshana is shorter because the gap between the two thoughts is less. See, there are some samskaras that get strengthened just by receiving the information with regard to them when you receive the input from the world about them. There are some other samskaras that need neither action nor information, just remembrance is enough and they get strengthened. See, most of the samskaras which are in the Annamaya Kosha, the physical body, get strengthened with doing the same action again and again. They are laziness, tiredness, boredom, the pain in the body, the chronic fatigue. All of these are the samskaras in the physical body. If you say, oh my God, I'm feeling so tired, I am having pain here, pain there, and only if I sleep, I will feel better, and you go to sleep, or you don't get out of bed, you're only strengthening that samskara of chronic fatigue and tiredness. You're never going to get out of it. Every time you sleep, that samskara is only going to get strengthened inside of you. So those are the samskaras in the physical body. Like that, there is another category of samskara which gets strengthened just by receiving the information about that particular person or that situation from the world. The third category, you don't even need to do that action nor receive any information. Just remembrance is enough and they get strengthened. We collect these different levels of samskaras or engraved memories and store them in our system and expand them. Finally, when driven by the desire, you execute the action and it becomes karma. The power of desire drives you into finally buying that necklace, and that is the action, the karma. We are continuing with that same example of how when you first saw the necklace, it was a vasana, a desire happened to buy it. When you repeatedly saw the same necklace, the desire sprouted and it became a samskara. Then finally, that samskara drove you to perform that action and it has become karma. It's never going to fulfill you. Don't think that you bought the necklace, you're going to become enlightened with that action. No, you're not going to be complete or fulfilled even with that action. And that is the nature of karma. Anything half done leaves a samskara or an engraved memory in your being. Anything not lived fully lives an imprint or a samskara in your being, with time and again attracts you to travel the same path and fulfill it. Ma Frederick's question about alcohol and drugs. This is exactly where people are stuck. You start off because you went to a party and a friend suggested, hey, why don't you try it? And then finally you're so bound by it. You perform that action again. See, whether you are sitting for meditation or you're drinking, or you're boozing, or you're doing drugs, every action is towards seeking that whole that we are. You understand? The fulfillment that we are. Unfortunately, drugs and alcohol is never going to lead you there. Every action is performed only with the seeking of that wholeness that we truly are. But unfortunately, when those actions are not going to fulfill you, with that imprint will remain. The hangover of it will remain, and it will attract you to repeat the same action again and again. Even the cause of addiction, like you rightly said, is related to samskaras. Bhagavan says, in my own experience of having worked with millions of people personally, at least a few thousand cases of addiction have been healed by meditation. The basic truth about addiction is that you have lived your life vaguely, not fully, or with your whole being. Unfulfilled desires create a samskara in you, pulling you back to fulfill the desire by re-experiencing the same desire again and again. The way out, any emotion lived intensely simply liberates you of that emotion, be it anger, fear, desire to eat, or attachment to any object or person. Live that emotion fully and intensely. It will simply liberate you. You are liberated fully out of anything when you live it fully. If a person keeps going back to a problem time and again, it only means that he or she has not lived out the problem fully. When we live, half our mind is somewhere else. Patanjali says beautifully, the more the quantity, the less the quality. The moment the quality of enjoyment of any object increases, its quantity decreases in direct proportion of its own accord. Therefore, it is the quality that needs to be increased. Live the moment in its totality, completely, whatever it is that you are doing, engaging in, whether the food that you're eating or your sensual pleasures, whatever it is, when you're completely there and improve the quality of enjoyment, you will be liberated. The quantity will decrease in direct proportion and you will be liberated of that particular experience, that emotion. Bhagavan says life is not a brief candle, it is a bright, shining torch. Make it burn as brightly as possible in your life. We'll now move on to understanding the samskaras in the 7 layers of the body. We have 7 energy layers in our body. The first layer is the physical body layer that you carry, that is made of flesh and blood. The samskaras that are related to chronic fatigue and tiredness are stored in the physical body, and that is why when you try to do some exercise, workout, or even simple walking, the first thing that the body will bring out is tiredness. No, I'm too tired today. Let's do it tomorrow. But without bothering about these first level samskaras that are rising, if you continue to enter into the action, suddenly you will see that the same action brings energy out of you. If you start walking, in a few minutes, your mind will suggest 10 times, I'm tired. No, this is too much. We did enough. That is enough for today. Tomorrow we'll continue. But if you do not bother about these samskaras and just go ahead, within a few minutes, the same action will bring energy, right? So we do see some faces quite dull and boring. Just for a few minutes, all of you please stand up. Please stand. Yes, please stand. Walk a few steps and start jumping on your feet. I see that Ma Frederick is. The rest are not on camera, so I don't even know if you're following the instructions. Just jump on your feet for a few minutes, wherever you are. Even if you're feeling like bored or you're about to fall asleep, just those few minutes of walking around and jumping, you will see that fatigue, that deep feeling of tiredness, boredom, all of that will disappear. Ma Frederick, you can get back. Ma Frederick, please get back. Yeah, settle down. So much more alive and awake. Chronic fatigue, which is a deep feeling to be in inaction, to be in rest or non-moving state, is stored in that physical body layer. It is deeply related to the intense craving for rest. Please understand that this intense craving for rest actually brings diseases that you will be bedridden. The next layer of samskara is in the breath layer or the prana layer. These samskaras are related to desire and they are stored in the prana or the breathing. Whenever your desires are changing, suddenly you will see that the breathing pattern will also change. For example, if you're caught by a strong desire like lust or anger, you will see how your breathing pattern changes. It will become chaotic. The more you enter into action based on those desires, the stronger these engrams will become. The third layer samskaras are the mental layer samskaras. In the pranic layer, which is the second layer, you store your thoughts about how your life should be. In the mental layer, you store your engrams about how your life should not have been. This layer is built on guilt. Okay, the third layer, which is the mental layer, has all the guilt-based samskaras. In the case of this layer, you don't need to do the same action again and again to strengthen the engram. Just the information or the remembrance of that action will strengthen the engram. For example, if you have seen the same place or you are seeing the same person, if you are facing the same situation, immediately these guilt engrams will become so strong and they will get awakened. The fourth layer samskaras are the emotional layer samskaras, which store the pain samskaras. Fourth layer's got to do with the emotions, and in this layer, you store all the samskaras that are related to pain. Understand, this is a very powerful layer. You don't need any action, no information to strengthen the engrams. Neither do you need to get into the action, nor do you need any information related to it. You don't have to have the same pain again and again. You don't even need to receive the same information related to the pain. Just the engrams are enough by their very nature. Like a virus, they simply multiply, expand, and multiply. The fifth layer is what you experience in deep sleep, the causal layer. Even though there are engrams in this layer, you cannot do anything about them because in deep sleep, your mind cannot do anything and it is an unconscious layer. See, all the other layers, to some extent, you can work on them to relieve your layers of those various samskaras, not engaging in those actions, non-remembrance, walking out of the guilt with your completions, all of that. But in the fifth layer, there's nothing much that you can do. All that you can do is working on the previous four layers. The first four layers, you can reduce the depth of the engrams or the samskaras. When you do that, the fifth and the sixth layer will be cleansed automatically, naturally. The fifth layer will be cleansed if you clean the first four layers. And if the fifth layer is cleansed, you will start experiencing the sixth layer, which is the meditation layer, more and more. If you are getting into the deep sleep layer more easily, it simply means that the first four layers are clean. If the first four layers are not clean, then you will suffer more in the fifth layer. And that is why when you have more stress and load, a lot of suffering related to sleep starts happening in life. Not only that, if the engrams in the first four layers are too many, in the fifth layer, the relationship between you and your body gets disconnected. Bhagavan says, reducing the engrams in the first four layers is making friends with your body. Are you all looking forward to making friends with your body? Yes. Yes. During the course of the day, you will be working at reducing the engrams in the various layers, the first four layers. When you cleanse that, you will have such a nice deep sleep, almost touching the Turiya state when you fall asleep. How many of you were in the session this morning when Bhagavan initiated everyone, the Paramashivoham level 1 participants, to do the Shakti Dharana meditation and then go sleep? You will taste the Turiya? Yes, Ma Frederick was there. Good. What about the others? Every moment that you spend in the master's presence, he's actually working on all of this for us. We don't realize how we abuse the body. Understand, if you are overweight, it is directly connected to some of these engrams. When you feel lonely and empty inside, you start filling it. You either fill with food or by drinking. The men fill with drink and women with food was the formula earlier days, but now everybody is doing everything. Every single thing happening in your life is directly connected to some engrams. Removing these engrams is making friends with your body, creating a deep friendship with your body, and that is the best way to heal yourself. Okay. Whatever understandings, the truths that you have received about karma versus a myth that you earlier had about karma, please pen it down and go post it on Facebook and tag Swamiji's account, Kailasa Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, with the hashtag Paramashivoham, hashtag Kailasa, and hashtag Nithyananda. How many of you can give me a thumbs up that you received new understandings about karma today in the session? I see heads nodding and thumbs raising. Good. So I'm sure we did have some wrong understandings, which we call as myths. You can actually compare and contrast the two and make your Facebook post. So if there are no questions to be, okay, there was something that I chose to respond later. Mark Kimley is asking, is it like being in the poverty? We still remain in poverty, will still remain in poverty, half done, live with engraved memory that remains to repeat in the same cycle. It is your choice to remain in poverty, yes. But I don't understand the next half of the question, Mark. Live with engraved memory, half done, live, okay. Any experience which has not become complete inside you will remain as a hangover to drive you to repeat the same cycle and again and again. All right, Ma, Kimli, is that fine? Yes, thank you for that. Okay, thank you, Ma. Thank you all for your active participation. Our next Acharya is already in the session, I see. She will be guiding you with deeper understandings as well as the process and techniques. Please put your hands together for the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you. Yes, Nithyananda Madhaya Swami. Nithyanandam, everyone. Let's start our session with the Sadguru Mantra. Welcome to the Paramashivoham Level 1 program. Am I audible? Are you able to hear me? So let's start with the Sadguru Mantra. Nithyanandam Paramasugatam Kevalam Jnanamotim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasyatilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Today we are learning a very interesting topic, karma. You know what? In India, since childhood, I heard, not only me, actually many of us heard. It's like every, oh, we do something about it. Okay, now? Is it good? Okay, so it's like this. Every person, literally, I can say 90 of the people use this word. Something is not going right, or something, anything. They use the word, oh, this is my karma. This is their karma. They have to do it. It's like they use they use this word so much. Meaning, what I'm trying to say is, it's the most common used word in India. Meaning, everyone have a certain concept, idea about this word. I believe in it. Everyone has certain idea about this word karma. But actually, what is the truth? Now how do we? And they have a lot of it's see, even though the belief systems are there, a lot of things that people believe, but many do not know that it is our thought currents. It is we are the owners of that karma. So it is, Swamiji, today we are learning actually what is karma. How do we get rid of that? How do we come out of that? How do we work around it? That is what we are learning. Yes, knowing majority of the population use this word. They take it as it is like a punishment for them. Oh, I did it, so there is no way out. You see, they use the word, but not in the context of solution. Or this is how it is. My life is like this. My karma. Yeah. So you want to continue for the rest of like life and rest of whatever future lives also. They accept it, but not in the but the majority do not know that there is a way out. That there is something that we need to change, to break free of this karma. So now let's start. So today all day we are going to learn the sessions on karma. Why do we need to learn? We explain that also. Why do we even know this about this karma? We will be learning that also. Now, but today's sessions, let's start with the power manifestation. Every Jnana sessions, we'll be doing the power manifestation. So please go ahead and post your powerful cognitions from Living Enlightenment book. So we are going to do the power manifestation of third eye. Yes, now please straight with your head neck back straight line. Yes, Swamiji's form. Right? Bring complete awareness on your third eye. Any thoughts that are coming, let it come. Let it go. But you bring again and again your attention back to your third eye. Bring your attention back to your third eye. Now, start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Start chanting the Mahavakya and experience the space of oneness. With the space of oneness, manifest the power of third eye. I'm going to project a picture now.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now all of you, please go ahead and post whatever your third eye reveal in the chat. Please go ahead and post whatever your third eye reveal in the chat. That's why Ma Kimli says many random thoughts. That's why, Kimli, we do the visualization of Swamiji's form in the third eye and bringing back to attention again and again and again. So you experience the oneness space. With that space of oneness, you manifest the power of third eye. Anyone else posted? Then I'm going to project the picture now. Projecting the picture. This is what I projected. So your response is golden light in a golden ball. White word, tree, grass, close. Abin is close. All right. So now let's move on to the next session of the consciousness, karma. Some more powerful cognitions. Let's learn about the karma. You have learned some cognitions about karma. So let's learn. Let's do this one internalization exercise. So what did we learn so far? Any thought current which makes you feel stuck, suffocating, thought is karma. Any thought current, thought pattern which gives you a breakthrough, push to the level of reality, of your reality, which is making you cause your reality is liberation. And that is completion. Let's do this one internalization exercise. Say, for example, health. Any idea you have, thought current, thought pattern you have about your health, which is not bringing you health, making you fall sick again and again. That is karma. In case of wealth, any thought pattern, any thought current you have, which is not bringing you wealth, whatever you want to cause as your reality, which you're not able to make it, that is karma. Anything which is not letting you cause your reality, whatever you want to make it happen in your life, you should be able to make it happen. If it is not, that is karma. Anything which is not letting you cause your reality, the stuck thought current, which is not letting you cause your reality, is karma. Now, let us do this internalization exercise. Pen down all the thought currents or lifestyle in which you're stuck. You feel is suffocating you, which is not letting you cause your reality. Please pen down any thought current, lifestyle in which you are stuck, you feel is suffocating you, which is not letting you cause your reality. Please pen them down.
If you're not able to cause even one reality you want, question the whole thought current you have. Question the whole series of thought current you have, not one or two. Na iti, meaning not this, na iti, not this. Even if one thought current is discarded completely, you have mastered the method of discarding thought currents. Discarding thought current is completion. Not just discarding one thought or one thought pattern, discarding the thought currents is completion. Yeah? Decide to discard these thought currents. For each of your suffocating thought currents, sit and do completion. For each thought current, decide to discard these thought currents. For each of your suffocating thought currents, sit and do completion. We have explained, Kimberly, one of the sessions, but I can briefly explain to you now. So basically, holding on to whatever happened, an incident about a person, even now thinking about them, not letting go of your past. You're carrying this present and you're going to be in the future also. That is stuck in the thought current. So write down. So basically, we write down. Say an incident causes you a lot of powerlessness, a lot of trouble to you. You write and describe the whole incident, including how did you feel about that. Then you go back and see the same another incident you write, which made you powerlessness, hopelessness. Find out the major thought current. What is that you're repeating? Same thing you're repeating. Same thought current you are repeating. What is that you are repeating? Once you find out that repeating thought current, that's called a root pattern. So once you identify the root pattern is the thought current you are repeating in every, be it health, be it wealth, be it relationship, everywhere you are repeating the same thought current. Then that you need to find out when it started, identify an incident happened in our early age, then detailedly describing it and do the reliving to relive. Please do this for a few minutes. So we'll move on to our next sessions. Please sincerely do this. Yes, now let's move on. Move on. Now let's move on to the power manifestation of levitation. Yesterday we started this. So please sit straight in the lotus posture and with your head neck back, straight line, and your hands in Samana Mudra. All right. So put like your palms like this clock. This is called Samana Mudra, and put it in your lap. So basically you're sitting in the lotus posture or at least cross-legged, and your hands also locked in Samana Mudra, and your head neck back, straight line. And this is the posture you need to sit, and make sure you don't have anything around you. So now start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Now share your experience of the power of levitation. Please share your experience. Chen Wang, Kimli, how's your experience? So, Frederick, sudden like a wind out of the crown. Okay, that's wonderful. So now we're going to listen from Swamiji about the karma, the more powerful cognitions about the karma. Yes.
Can be defined, interpreted, not just thousands or lakhs, millions of ways. It's literally infinite ways the subject can be defined, of course. Any sacred truth, any sacred secret can be defined in multiple ways. But usually, the way I define, the definition itself, most provocative, provoking you towards activism, invoking completion in you. Most provoking activism, invoking completion. This is actually the definition of the way things should be defined. Definition of definition. How something should be defined. It should be provoking you towards the truth. It should be provoking you towards activism, towards truth. Understand? Based on this definition of definitions, I'll define the word karma. Please listen. Listen carefully. Any thought current or thought pattern in which you are stuck is karma. Listen. The thought current or thought pattern, any thought current, any thought pattern in which you are stuck is karma. Stuck thought current, suffocating thought current, suffocating thought pattern, suffocating thought current is karma. Apply this one line definition in any zone of your life or any dimension of your life. Health. Any idea you have, thought current you have, thought pattern you have, which is not bringing health in you, is karma. Wealth. Any thought current, any thought pattern you have, which is not bringing wealth, what you want to cause as your reality in your life is karma. Anything which is not letting you cause your reality, the stuck thought current, which is not causing your reality, is karma. Understand? It can be in the field of your relationships, in the field of your wants, in the field of your needs, in the field of your contentment, in the field of your completion, whatever may be the field. In any field, the thought current in which you are stuck, thought pattern in which you are stuck is karma. Listen. It may be a beautiful, profound, logically convincing theory which you read in a great spiritual book or heard from a great spiritual teacher. Anything which is not liberating you, anything in which you are stuck is karma. Please understand. You might have heard those theory, those beliefs, those truth from whoever it may be. You might have heard, you might have been thinking, you might have been analyzing, you might have read, you might have been internalizing. Any thought current which is not letting you cause your reality is karma. There may be tons of books you would have read on medicine, but if you are not out of disease, the thought pattern, thought current you built with all your knowledge is only karma. There may be tons of life solutions for every situation you may know, like completion with yourself, completion with others, authenticity, integrity, responsibility, enriching, listening. There may be tons of concepts you heard to cause your reality, but if it has not started happening, it is only karma for you. Listen. It means still, somewhere your logic is not opened up. Any thought current which makes you feel stuck, suffocating, caught, is karma. You may know about completion, incompletion, authenticity, integrity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, everything. You might have heard all those concepts, enjoyed them logically. But if you are still stuck with some thought pattern which again and again brings you back to the same state, if you have not caused your reality, be very clear, all these thought currents and definitions, everything is just karma for you. All the concepts. So karma is not just one part of you. It is the whole net on which you are bound. Anything which raises you to the next level, which gives you the push, breakthrough, is freedom, is completion. Understand? If you have come expecting definitions about karma, whether it is Pitru-dosha, Naga-dosha, Sarpa-dosha,
Nithyananda, everyone? Yes. So we will be entering into the next segment now. Let us begin with the Sadguru Vandanam. Yes, please sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line with your hands in the Anjali Mudra. Let us chant the Sadguru Vandanam. Om Nithyanandam Paramasukhatam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gadana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamajalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Yes, so we will be learning about the 3 types of karma in this segment. A very interesting topic. Please, can you all turn on your cameras and be available in front of the camera so that you can all receive these powerful truths in a much more effective way. Just give me a minute, please. Okay, so the cosmic mysteries decoded the physics, chemistry, and biology of karma with the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So we have 3 layers of karma. We will be learning what is karma and all about karma in this segment. The first layer is the agamya or biology of karma. The second is the prarabdha or physics of karma. And the third layer is the sanchita or chemistry of karma. The sanchita karma chemistry is like a bank, a reserve bank. One might have taken millions of bodies before. In those millions of bodies, whatever thoughts, whatever spoken, whatever actions done, all those unfulfilled experiences have become engrams, engraved memories. Put together, they are called sanchita karma. Sanchita or chemistry of karma. The karma is acquired from the moment one started feeling he is an individual, independent entity. The moment one starts feeling he exists individually, from that moment till this moment, put together is called sanchita karma. Prarabdha or physics of karma. Prarabdha, physics means from the sanchita, the chemistry bank of karma, one takes some karma, creates his body out of it, and decides to enjoy and exhaust all those karmas through their body when one takes birth. So prarabdha, physics, is just a small bit which one has brought into this life to enjoy or exhaust through this body. Let me repeat. The prarabdha karma, that is the physics, means from the sanchita, the chemistry, the sanchita bank of karma, one takes some karma, creates his body out of it, and decides to enjoy and exhaust all those karmas through that body when one takes birth. So prarabdha, the physics, is just a small bit which one has brought into this life to enjoy or exhaust through this body. The agamya or biology of karma. Agamya karma, the karma that you start collecting after coming down to planet Earth because of the fresh thoughts, words, and deeds of yours. When you look at others, you have the desire, you have borrowed desires. You want something that the other person has, which becomes a borrowed desire. So the more desires you borrow, the more desires you want to enjoy. You increase your agamya. You start collecting more and more of the agamya karma. So how are physics, chemistry, and biology of karma impacting you? Anybody who lands on planet Earth has to exhaust his prarabdha karma before he dies. Patanjali reveals, the sage Patanjali, he reveals an important sacred secret. Prarabdha is not a quantity. Take an example of a dam. There is a huge dam, and the water stored in that dam is sanchita. Now, prarabdha is not whatever water is getting released from that dam for irrigation. If you think of a river as a flow of life, all the water stored as agamya, we may think the water released from the storage to the life from the time being is prarabdha. But Patanjali reveals an important technique, a sacred secret. The water which is released is not prarabdha. The shape of the gateway where the water is getting released is the prarabdha, which means karmas get active only in favorable condition.
to wait for the next birth if we feel strongly about something, but it is not our prarabdha? The answer is no. You can change your prarabdha through a simple, strong will or sankalpa. The strength of the sankalpa can cause a rebirth in you in this birth itself. The next birth can happen now itself. So understand a very important point here. The strength of the sankalpa, you can change your prarabdha through a simple, strong will called sankalpa. The strength of the sankalpa can cause a rebirth in you in this birth itself, and the next birth can happen now itself. The cosmos does not record anything other than violence, means only if one causes pain, karma gets recorded. Other than violence, nothing is recorded as karma. Causing pain is recorded as karma. Karma is not just an effect of incompletion. Karma can be the cause of more and more incompletion. Once the incompletions start, either you have to be moving towards completion or more and more incompletions. You just cannot keep quiet. Here Swamiji is revealing that if you have incompletions, either you move towards completion or you will keep accumulating more and more incompletion. One incompletion will lead you on to the next and next and next, and it is going to be a vicious cycle. So it is always highly recommended that we follow the teachings where Swamiji talks about completion. Listening to the satsangs on completion and doing completion every day will help you to keep away from this vicious cycle. So please be very clear that nobody except you, each and every one of us here, is responsible for what we feel and what we do. Nobody can make you suffer without your silent permission. Once you understand that whatever happens is from deep inside you, you will suddenly see things changing. Take full responsibility for yourself and see how you become integrated in whatever you do. When you stop blaming others, when you understand that you are responsible for everything, you will become more and more aware of every action, every thought of yours. That awareness is enough. You will act intelligently. Now, let us do a small exercise to see how you have been giving silent permission for your misery. So the first thing that you need to do is stop blaming others and understand that you are responsible for everything. When you understand this, that you are responsible for everything, you will become more and more aware of every action, every thought of yours. And that awareness is enough. You will start acting intelligently. You will act intelligently. Now, look in to see how you have been giving silent permission for your misery. For example, getting frustrated and not planning clearly, not communicating properly, being alone, and avoiding feedback, and being confused. These are some of the examples. Now, looking and see how you have been giving silent permission for your misery. So you are responsible for all the misery that you are going through. So when you decide to complete with all the incompletions, like getting frustrated, getting angry, getting irritated, all these are nothing but patterns or incompletions. When you decide to help yourself and do the completion, the cosmos will flood you with the right energy and make it possible. So it all depends on a simple decision of yours to be complete with everything and everyone, and then you see the changes happening in your life. So now we'll take a few minutes to look in and see how you have been giving silent permission for your misery. Let's quickly do this. If you have done the exercise, if you've written it down, hope you have all done the exercise. You have written down? Okay. So how we give silent permission for all the incompletions to occur. So when we bring in more awareness, we can stop this when we are in complete completion. The best remedy for the whole thing is to do the unclutching meditation. So most of us know what is unclutching. We can connect with our local sangha, or we also have a whole list of satsangs, discourses on unclutching by Swamiji, which is available on YouTube. Okay, please watch those satsangs. In this program also, we will be teaching you what is unclutching. You will be learning all about unclutching and how to be unclutched. So watch the satsangs on unclutching, which is available on YouTube. You can just type the keywords unclutching by Nithyananda. So you will have a whole playlist, and then you can watch all the satsangs on unclutching, and you can follow Swamiji on all the social media handles, where you will get additional information about these topics. So watch the satsangs, and there is unclutching meditation video also on YouTube. So you can play that video. It is a self-guided meditation. So Swamiji will be guiding you throughout the meditation. You can do that meditation, and you can also follow all the Charya Pada, the Kriya Pada. Or when you watch Swamiji satsangs, it is filled with empowerment. You get empowered just by watching one satsang. So he continuously repeats what we need to do, how we need to lead our lives, what we need to practice when we watch Swamiji satsangs. And you can also find all these things in this program. So when you attend the whole day session and you are regular to the program, you will be deriving a lot of information on all the topics. And when you follow what is taught here, you will see the changes happening in your lives. You will be able to bring about those changes by yourselves. So the awareness, becoming highly aware, being in the present moment and accepting life the way it is are some of the techniques. Yes, if you are new to this program and you don't know what is completion or incompletion, I recommend you attend the next session completely, starting from day one, and you continue to attend this program also. You will be learning a lot. There are many more topics lined up, so you will be learning all about completion, incompletion, pattern, root pattern, how to identify our root patterns, and how to complete with it. So you will be learning all these in these programs. If you have missed all these topics, you can continue to be a part of this program, and you can join the next session from day one and be regular. When you attend regularly, you'll be able to catch up with all these truths. So that comes to the conclusion of this topic, and we will be moving on to the next topic. So if you have any questions, if you didn't follow something, you can message here in the chat. Okay, so we just saw that there are 3 layers of karma: the Sanchita, the Agamya, and the Prarabdha, the physics, chemistry, and biology of karma. Now we will be looking at the Agamya karma, or the biology of karma. Okay, the Agamya or biology of karma you carry, the inner space you carry, gives birth to your reality. Understand? The inner space you carry gives birth to your reality. Biomemory is the pattern of your decisions. Cause is biomemory, effect is muscle memory. Agamya karma, or understood as biology of karma, is the zone where your very core existence touches your body to operate. The thoughts, words, and deeds are source of your agamya or biology of karma. Your thoughts are so powerful, and your mind is so powerful that it can change the whole body. Please understand, your thoughts, your words, and deeds are the source of your agamya or biology of karma. Your thoughts are so powerful, and your mind is also equally powerful. It can just change the whole body. Suppose we are having negative thoughts. Continuously, we have only negative thoughts, and we are not able to look at things in a positive way. Then what happens? It affects the functioning of your body, the functioning of your internal organs. Everything gets affected just by the way we think. So it is very important to become aware of our thought patterns, our thought currents. For example, just think of one thought that creates disturbance in you, or just think of your enemy, or think of a person who took money from you and is not giving it back, or a person who gave you money and is asking for it. Immediately, you will see the changes happening in your system. The whole chemistry is changing. Your blood is boiling, your BP is rising, your heartbeat is rising, and pulse rate is increasing. So just one thought can change your whole system. A single thought can change the whole chemistry. Understand? A single thought can change your whole chemistry. So what can unclutching do to you? When you practice unclutching, it will melt all the karmas or toxins in your biomemory. You will have the most purest body and mind if you add unclutching as your fuel. So what is unclutching? There are various definitions given by Swamiji about unclutching. So one of them here is, when we change gears while driving a car, whether we change from first to second or second to third, or any gear for that matter, we have to pass through neutral every time. we have to completely depress the clutch or unclutch, move through neutral, and only then we can go to the next gear. Similarly, we experience a neutral space between any two thoughts in our mind. That neutral space, that silence that exists between two thoughts is peace and bliss. So how does unclutching bring awareness? When you suddenly become aware of any thought that flows in front of you, it becomes your life for that moment. You start giving attention to it, either to fulfill it or to escape from it. Yes, so how does unclutching bring awareness? When you suddenly become aware, any thought that flows in front of you becomes your life for that moment. You either start giving attention to it or you try to escape from it. So be very clear. Every moment that passes in your life without you being aware of it, without your presence, is suffering. You will either directly or indirectly create situations for suffering. So once again, it is very, very important to become aware of the thoughts that are happening, the inner chatter that is happening within you. So every moment that passes in your life without you being aware of it, without your presence, is suffering. So it is only our thoughts that gives us suffering. When we become aware and we have a hold over our thoughts, then we will be able to walk out of these suffering. So now let us look at a small story. One man got into his car and started the engine. He flipped on the turn indicator and he asked his son to see if the light blinked in the rear of the car. His son shouted back, "Yes, it's on. No, it's not on. Yes, it is on. No, it is off. Now it's on." So if you see the thought flow in front of you, suddenly you will realize, oh God, all these things are actually going on in me. I don't have a clue where I'm heading. I don't know what is happening in me. You are not aware, but constantly you believe you are aware. That is the first illusion. If you become aware continuously, you open up to reality for the first time. Okay, so now it is even more important to become more aware of what is happening within ourselves. Unclutching makes you more creative and more productive. There is no linear connection between one thought that we have and another thought that we have. The only relationship between thoughts is that they come from the same source, but we constantly connect one thought and the next thought in a linear manner. So just as bubbles in a fish tank rise from the bottom, our thoughts also rise in the same manner. When one bubble comes and reaches the surface of the water, the next bubble starts and the third bubble starts. Because the bubbles are rising at a high speed, they look like a continuous stream. Actually, there is always a gap between two bubbles. Like the bubbles, we also experience a neutral space between two thoughts. Since the gap or the neutral space between two thoughts is so small, we think all thoughts are connected and form a shaft. But there is always a gap between two thoughts. Now, techniques to unclutch. Unclutching through the breathing technique, the breath technique. Between the incoming breath and the outgoing breath is a neutral space. So we are, see, until and unless the master tells you these truths, you will not even know that something like this exists. So we are not even aware of our breathing pattern. And it is here in this program for the first time you will be coming to this understanding, learning this truth that between the incoming breath and the outgoing breath is a neutral space. Your identity exists in the incoming and outgoing breath spaces. Constantly, you can connect and see you are connected when you are aware of your breath. But in the gap of the neutral space, your identity does not exist. Once you have experienced unclutching, you don't even need to practice any technique. Just unclutching, just remembering the unclutching experience is enough. You will again be in the same space. Now, close your eyes and sit straight. Please close your eyes and sit straight. For the first few moments, inhale and exhale as deeply as possible. Okay, so now we will do the unclutching meditation, a simple meditation. It is a guided meditation. So sit with your eyes closed and inhale and exhale as deeply as possible. Just inhale and exhale as deeply as possible. It is a guided meditation. You will be guided in every step. So the first step is to close your eyes, sit straight, drop all the worries, drop all the thoughts that are happening inside you. Just empty your mind. Try to empty your mind. Just relax completely and focus on your breathing. Inhale deeply and exhale as deeply as possible. slowly start witnessing the incoming breath. Become a witness to your incoming breath. Start witnessing only the incoming breath. Now slowly start witnessing only the outgoing breath. Slowly start witnessing only the outgoing breath. Forget about the incoming breath or the neutral space. Now just witness and become aware of only the outgoing breath. Now slowly, very slowly, become aware of both the neutral spaces. When your incoming breath turns into the outgoing breath, and when your outgoing breath turns into the incoming breath, become aware. When your incoming breath turns into the outgoing breath, and when your outgoing breath turns into the incoming breath, become aware. Witness both the neutral spaces alone. Intensely be aware of both the neutral spaces.
ஆனவளே சித்திரை அழகுடன்
Now, become aware of the incoming breath, the neutral space, outgoing breath, and the neutral space. Be unclutched. Whatever thought comes into your mind, do not connect it to anything. Even that idea comes because you connect your thoughts. Don't even think that you are thinking. Even that idea comes because you connect your thoughts. Everything is just completely independent. Becoming aware of the incoming breath, the neutral space, outgoing breath, and the neutral space. Be unclutched. Whatever thought comes in your mind, do not connect it to anything. Don't even think that you are thinking. Even the idea comes because you connect your thoughts. Everything is just completely independent. can all relax and slowly open your eyes. Very slowly. Please open your eyes. Yes, you can share your experience. All of you can share your experience. How was it? How was the meditation? You can type in the chat here and share your experience. You feel relaxed. Sri Nithyananda Bhavan. You feel relaxed. Okay. Anybody else wants to share your experience? Ma Guru Prasadini felt relaxed and peaceful. Okay, ma? Beautiful. You need to continue to practice this meditation. Okay. So Ma Friedrich or Ulrich Gehanke Friedrich. I'm sorry, if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. So happy in my heart. Okay, ma. Thanks to Swamiji, who's beautifully designed this meditation. Continue to do this meditation every day, and you will definitely see a lot of changes happening within you and outside you also. You'll be attracting all the right things in your life. Just by doing this meditation, you will see you'll be attracting the right kind of people, right kind of situations, and everything is going to be new. Continue to do this meditation every day. It is available on Life Bliss Foundation YouTube channel, Unclutching Meditation by Nithyananda. So there is a different meditation. It's a guided meditation again. So you can log in, you can tune into that channel, the Life Bliss Foundation YouTube channel, and you can do the meditation, Unclutching Meditation. Now we will be moving on to our next segment. So we learned about the three types of karma in the first segment. In the second segment, we learned about agamya karma, and now we will move on to the next segment, which is a very interesting segment again. How Guru's grace can burn the sanchita karma. We will be learning more about this in this segment. How Guru's grace can burn the sanchita karma. So we don't have to really be stuck with all the baggage that we have brought and accumulating. We have the master in our life who can take care of all this baggage, the karma baggage. All we need to do is align to his teachings, have trust in the master, and align to his teachings, and the rest will be taken care of by him. The truths about karma. The law of nature drives us to fulfill our unfulfilled desires. Our past conditioning invokes these desires. You can refuse to bow down to your mind and refuse to accept the samskaras that control you. All the meditation techniques bring you into the space of completion, being in the present moment. When you are in the present moment, you renounce attachment to fantasies about the future. You detach yourself from the results of your action. This alone leads you into liberation from the bondage of samskara. So when you are in the present moment, you renounce attachment to fantasies about the future. You detach yourself from the results of your action. This alone leads you into liberation from the bondage of samskara. But when you acquire agamya karma, the total sanchita karma gets corrupted and generates the cycle of life and birth. This is how the wheel of karma starts. Somewhere, this karma chakra needs to be broken, and you need to be given a new energy, inspiration, understanding, and possibility. So we have the avatar in our lives as our guru. The divine intervention to burn karma accumulated over many births can only be done by a living master, by an enlightened being, an incarnation. So the word avatar from the Sanskrit word avatarati means one who has descended. In this case, the word specifically refers to the one who has descended from the very fabric of the cosmos, the universal consciousness. The Srimad Bhagavatam, the great Vedic scripture that precisely records and reveals the happening of various avatars of the past, present, and future, describes the avatar in its complete form. Idam shariram mama durbibhavyam sattvam hime hridayam yatra dharmaha rishte krito me yad adharma arat ato himam rishabham prahur aryaha. So the Shastra Pramana has been taken from the Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 5.5.19. The Brahma Sutras, the authority on Vedanta, reveal that the avatar does everything, appearing like a worldly man, simply as a divine play, a cosmic sport. An incarnation is someone who comes down to tell his fellow men about the blissful place that he experienced. Incarnations have no such karma. They have nothing to achieve or nothing to gain. The question is, if avatars don't have anything to enjoy, why should they be in the body? The Guru Stotram, verse 9, answers, Aneka Janma Samprapta Karmendhana Vidahine Atma Janati Danena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atma Jnana Pradanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Salutations to the Guru who burns away the fuel of karma, results of works impressed on the mind, accumulated over many births. So why does the avatar happen? Why do avatars happen? Worshipping Guru burns all the karmas with which you have happened and changes the flow of your life from suffering to creating your reality. He liberates you from the cycle of birth and death. A beautiful story. There was a beautiful garden with many trees and varieties of flowers and fruits. 3 friends were walking near this garden that had a big wall around it. One of them climbed the wall and peeped inside. He cried out, "Oh, such a beautiful garden." He jumped into the garden and started enjoying the fruits. The second man climbed the wall and saw the garden. He too felt it was beautiful, but he had a little bit of courtesy. He turned and said to the third man who was below, "Dear friend, there is a beautiful garden below. Come, I am going in." Saying this, he jumped over and started enjoying the fruits. The third man climbed the wall and saw the garden. He saw his 2 friends and understood the level of joy and bliss that they were enjoying. He then said to himself, "Let me go down and tell all the people about this beautiful paradise. I will bring them all to enjoy this garden." So understand, incarnations come down only for the love of humanity. Incarnations take a human body just to liberate more beings from the cycle of life and death, from the grip of karma. If you dance and sing the great name of Arunachala and worship him, all the incompletions and karma in your inner space will disappear and run away. The reason for your problems is confusion. Confusion means half an hour before you took one decision and half an hour later you changed the decision. So this change of decision, like you switch on the fan and switch off the fan, it is like that, like switching on and off of the fan. So you also need to understand avatars intervene in your life as guru to erase your karma. So allow the guru to happen in your life, allow the master to happen in your life. Only when the disciple is ready, the master happens. So the good news is only he can change your karma. He can burn away all the unwanted baggage that you are carrying for ages. The divine avatar intervenes in your life in the form of the guru. He assumes the form of the guru just to liberate people from the karma chakra. He gives inspiration, joy, bliss, and causes miracles, and ultimately gives you enlightenment. Who is Guru? The Sri Guru Gita explains, Gudha Vidya Jaganmaya Dehe Cha Ajnana Sambhava Udaya Swaprakashena Guru Shabdena Kathyate. By whose grace one attains the direct experiential knowledge and sacred cognition of the self, Vijnana, he is known by the name Guru. Like how, when the sun rises, the darkness disappears on its own, in the presence of the Guru, the karma gets burnt. Any karma can be burnt through remembering the clicks and living life according to the understanding through the clicks. Whenever the prarabdha loses its influence over you, you stop collecting the agamya. With just the help of Guru's initiations, you can reduce the prarabdha's influence over you and move towards your inherent state of joy. You can reclaim your pure and unwavering inner space. You can also stop collecting agamya karma. Initiation means the ideas or knowledge or the clicks that bring you out of these depressive thoughts, that bring you out of the influence of your prarabdha. Power of Guru's initiation. The Shastra Pramana. The Tantra Loka Viveka, the sacred text from the Kashmir Shaivism, defines initiation or Diksha as that action which bestows enlightenment, destroys the 3 impurities, bondages of the self, Anavamala, Karmamala, and Mayikamala. Feeling belittled, karmic baggage, and the forgetfulness of one's original state is called Diksha, which bestows liberation. The Guru's grace burns the Sanchita Karma. You cannot do anything directly with your Sanchita Karma bank. For Sanchita to burn out, only the Guru Krupa, the grace of the Guru, will work. Only the Guru's grace can do anything to burn out your Sanchita. For example, if your child sits and tries very hard to build a small house, what will you do? You will say, "All right, do not bother. I will build it and give it to you." In the same way, when a disciple sincerely works to remove his own prarabdha and agamya, the Guru's grace simply happens and removes the Sanchita also. Anything can be missed for the sake of Guru. You will have Guru and what you missed for the sake of Guru. But Guru should not be missed for anything because you will neither have Guru nor what for you missed Guru. You do yoga, you work out, you run, you do all the things required, and then health comes. Is karma bringing results? But suddenly the Guru puts his hand on your head and health happens. It is consciousness interfering and creating a result which is independent of your nature, space, action, and responsibility, and that is what is initiation. In every being, only if an intervention of the consciousness happens, the ball starts rolling in a new direction, and the progress towards the enlightenment will start happening. You can never ever reach the ultimate just by flowing through the law of karma. When will you reach? Karma is simply the effects of thoughts, words, and deeds that stem from deep ignorance and cause you to again and again tread familiar patterns of misery. The way to break the cycle is to tune into the clicks received and live in an elevated zone of consciousness. When you don't understand this basic science, you start misinterpreting the whole thing. Let me repeat. Karma is simply the effects of thoughts, words, and deeds that stem from deep ignorance and cause you to again and again tread familiar patterns of misery. The way to break the cycle is to tune in to the clicks received and live in an elevated zone of consciousness. When you don't understand this basic science, you start misinterpreting the whole thing. It is all about Sanchita Karma and how the Guru's grace burns Sanchita Karma. So it becomes even more important for all of us now to connect more people, all the people in our lives, to the Guru who can take care of everything. All we need to do is just have the feeling connection with the Guru. To just get connected and trust him and align to all his teachings will help you walk out of all the unnecessary suffering that you experience in your day-to-day life. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this segment. we will now conclude with the Purna Mantra. So I hope the segment was interesting. If you have any questions, you can type here in the chat. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, let us conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashivoham Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your participation. Nithyanandam. I think there are. Okay. Thank you all. Nithyanandam. Atma Jyotikananda, you have a question or yes, you can share here. Is it true that external events will not happen again after completion? See, once you do completion, whatever happens externally, it is not going to affect you anymore. Please understand. When you are in complete completion, when you complete with everything, when you are in the present moment, please understand, you invite the right kind of situation in your life. You will manifest the right kind of people, the right kind of situation. So everything is going to change because your very thinking will change. Your thought currents will change once you do the completion. Whatever happens outside is not going to affect you anymore inside because of the completion that has happened within you. Okay. So once you complete, you will stop attracting the same kind of situations, similar kind of people in your life again and again. It is not going to affect you in any way. Okay. So Atma Jyotikananda is saying that she is not able to understand the inner and outer world. It is chaotic. Okay. Now it is more important for you to attend all the sessions and do all the meditation that we practice here. Can you turn on your camera, Ma? Let me see you. Ma Atma Jyotikananda. Can you be available in front of your camera? So see, since you are here, you have taken the first step to be here. You are a seeker, and that is how you have landed yourself in this room. So now that you are here, focus on your spiritual growth. How to have that spiritual growth? Just by attending these sessions, just by being here and doing all the exercises, the internalization exercises, the meditation. Continue to do all that, and during the darshan, the master's energy burns away all the unwanted stuff in you. All that you need to do is be sincere. When you are attending all the sessions, just be sincere. Do all the necessary things that you are guided here. Okay? Just do everything that you are asked to do, and you will start experiencing auspiciousness, and this confusion, this chaos, it will all melt away. It will disappear. Okay, ma? You have anything else to say? Okay, ma. If you don't have anything to share, then let's move on. This is a very powerful program. Please understand. It is a very, very powerful program. Don't take this program lightly. Just being here in this program can do so much to your being. So have faith in Swamiji and sit here for all the sessions, do all the exercises sincerely. Okay. Learn to continue to do the completion every day. Sit with yourself and do the completion every single day and follow whatever is taught here in these sessions. Practice it. Apply it in your lives. Only when you apply the truths, you will see the difference. Okay. So be more aware. You can take down notes when you are here. Provide your listening, complete listening, and avoid doing other things when you are attending the sessions. Okay, ma'am. Yes. Just focus on the lessons and apply the truths that are taught here. You don't have to break your head on the. See, when you practice unclutching, it will not affect you. All the external situations, whatever is happening on the outside, when you practice unclutching, it will not affect you. So I highly recommend you to watch some videos on unclutching. Or there's a whole list. When you watch the satsangs, the discourses on unclutching, you will understand what is unclutching. See, most of it is taught here in this program. For better understanding, for more understanding, you can watch the satsang and you practice the unclutching meditation every single day. Okay, don't miss it. Okay, thank you, Nithyanandam.
Convinces you, you cherish it, you enjoy it, you heard from a person whom you love, somebody charismatic, or read from a book, very trustworthy, highly sold, bestseller. Is bestseller, that doesn't mean best. Understand? Best selling is different from being best. I'm not saying these two does not meet each other. I'm only warning you, just because one, don't expect the other one also. Just because something is best selling, don't expect it is best. Listen. You might have read from a bestseller. The thoughts, thought trend, and cherishing, highly entertaining, Please listen. Please listen. If the thought current is not giving you breakthrough, if it is not giving you constant breakthrough, it's only karma. Please understand, including my teachings. Only if it gives you breakthrough, it is completion. Decide to throw the net out completely, not part by part. Today morning, when you wake up, if you are feeling tired, bored, and having slight stomach pain, not only question your ideas about health, question the very idea about the world, life, God. If you have a tooth pain and you want to get rid of it, you are not able to, question the very idea of God, very idea of world, very idea of you have. Don't just question the toothpaste you are using. Don't just question the brand of the medicine you are applying on your teeth. Understand? A thought current which can solve your problems partly, thought current which can cause your reality partly, is also karma. Good karma. That's all. But karma. The thought pattern which does not cause any of your reality is karma. The thought pattern which makes you more and more suffocating day by day is bad karma. The thought pattern which causes some part of your reality is good karma. The thought pattern, thought trend which causes all the things you want as a reality is completion. Karma is the thought current in which you are stuck. Sometimes I see why there is so much of ferociousness inside me. Actually, I am never angry. Anger has disappeared from inside me 4 janmas before. For the last 4 janmas, I have never been angry. I don't know what is anger, but there is intense ferociousness. I used to wonder why. It is just because people are trying to cut the small parts of the net which is tied around them and try to have liberation. It's like a net is tightly tied around you, multiple layers. You want to scratch your nose. You just only cut the area where your hand is and put your hand out and try to scratch your nose. You want to scratch your back, you just cut the neck only where it is. You need to scratch the back. Only when I see the small patches of freedom, you call it as freedom, and when you are stuck with it, especially when you are satisfied with it, that's the time I see the intense ferociousness inside me. Kala Bhairava can never be satisfied with part-time freedom, part-time reality. Listen. If you are not able to cause even one reality you want, question the whole thought current you have. Question the whole series of thought current you have. Not 1 or 2. Na iti, not this. Na iti, not this. Even if one thought current is discarded completely, you master the method of discarding thought currents. Discarding thought currents is completion. Not just discarding one thought or one thought pattern, discarding thought currents is completion. Understand? When you complete with your root pattern, the collective, your family's root pattern will stand in front of you. Complete that. Then collective, your society's root pattern will stand in front of you. Complete that. Then collective, your country's root pattern will stand in front of you. Complete that. Then collective, the global root pattern will stand in front of you. Complete that. Then collective, whole beings, not just human, all beings' root pattern will stand in front of you. Complete that. Then the whole universal, the cosmic root pattern will stand in front of you. Complete that. Then you are Sadashiva. So every completion is not completing with one thought pattern, but completing with the whole thought current. With the whole thought current. If you have a slight tiredness, boredom, headache after you wake up, change everything. Not just your pillow or bed. Everything. I'm not talking only about external, internal. Change everything. The way you think, the way you perceive about life, the way you perceive about death, the ideas you have about God, the ideas you have about the universe, the ideas you have about you. Say, na iti, not this, not this. The time period you are stuck with one thought pattern is a year, season in your life. The time you are stuck in what thought current is life in your life. A thought current, the time you spend with one thought current in your long life is one life. Means the time between one life and death. Understand? Your life or death, your lifespan is not defined based on the number of years you are in a body. It is based on the time you spend with one thought current. That is why whenever you complete certain thought current and enter into a new thought current, whenever you are initiated into a new thought current, Vedic tradition calls you newborn. I have few questions in front of me. What role does karma play in birth, life and death? I defined it. Just now I defined it clearly. The time you spend with a thought pattern is a season of your life, paruva. Like how you use the word teenage period, adolescent, youth, man, all those words. The time you spend with one thought pattern is season in your life. The time you spend with one thought current is your life. Next question, what are different types of karma? Listen. The thought pattern which you don't enjoy, which you already feel it is outdated and which is constantly suffocating you, shrinking you, is sanjita karma. And the thought pattern in which you feel you are stuck, but you are able to cause few things as your reality in your life, that is agamya karma. But because you want to cause one or two things in your life as a reality, the thought pattern you accept brings untold, unimagined, unexpected bondages, side effects, after effects in your life. That is called agamya. Listen. Husband is a person who stands by you during all the troubles, tortures, sufferings, pains, which will not be there in your life if he is not there. That is the definition of agamya karma. You try to cause your reality in one dimension of your life and you accept certain thought current, thought pattern into your lifestyle, which causes multiple other suffocations and bondages. Unimagined, unexpected, untold, unbriefed. Understand? Just because you want to own a home, sometimes you get stuck in the home for next 40 years paying your bank home loan. You want home. That's the reality you want to cause. But when you cause that reality, the thought current you accept and assume on you, the responsibility you bring upon you, can suffocate and bind you in unimagined, unexpected, untold, unseen multiple ways. This is the example for agamya. Prarabdha means not ready to allow either the outdated, suffocating thought pattern or the thought pattern which causes your reality partially, deciding boldly to go on renouncing any thought current, thought pattern, even if you suspect them that they are not going to cause your reality completely. If you go on discarding, the discarding will become a lifestyle. That discarding thought pattern, thought current is prarabdha. Means only exhausting. No more accumulation. Waking up to the reality. Any thought current cannot cause all my realities as reality. Coming to that understanding and waking up to that reality is enlightenment. Not ready to be stuck in any thought current is the liberated thinking current. Not ready to revere, honor any thought current is liberated thinking current. Not ready to honor, revere any thought current is completion. Not ready to honor, accept, revere any thought current is perpetual completion. Not ready to accept any thought current as a lifestyle is perpetual completion. I have a next question. Can you please comment about the following statements? Are they myth or reality? First statement, karma means that the effect of our actions will come back to us in the future. myth. Karma means the effect of your thought currents will come back to you in the future till you complete. That's the reality. Karma means that the effect of our actions will come back to us in the future is a myth. There is no CCTV recording going on in the cosmos where your actions will be bringing suffering to you in the future. No. But your thought currents will be bringing the results in the future. There is audio recording going on in the cosmos, not video recording. Video recording means your actions being captured. Audio recording means your thought currents being captured. Cosmos has only audio recording, no video recording. Understand? Cosmos has no CCTV camera. It's only video muted camera, audio recording. A video recording getting punished is a cheap, childish. God is not interested in the game. God is not playing the game of the judge. And there is no such thing as you will be judged, weighed based on your actions. That is childish, too childish, immature. If God is supposed to do the job, you don't need God. You have enough men who can just analyze the CCTV footage of your life and pass the judgment, whatever is required. Understand? Because your organ of seeing is impacting you so much, then the organ of listening, you think cosmos also judges based on the action. No. Only the thought current comes back as karma, not the action current. Next statement here. You can cancel out bad karma with good karma by doing good things. It's a myth. It's a myth. Please listen. You can cancel out any karma by cancelling that whole thought pattern, whole thought current. If you are not able to give up even one small parts of your thought current and cause even parts of your reality, that is called bad karma. If you are able to break and give up on parts of your thought current and make parts of your reality into reality, that can be called as good karma. If you are able to break the whole thought current and go beyond the thought current, it is called completion. So, good karma does not cancel out bad karma. Cancelling out happens only when you break from the whole thought current. The next statement. Same action by different people will have different karmic effect. Yes, it's reality. Because the action is not responsible for the karma. It is the thought current behind the action is responsible for karma. Understand cosmos as continuous audio recording but not video recording. This statement, this truth will clear tons of your questions about karma. In video recording, visuals are always new. In audio recording, it is always a single flow. Please understand. If your mind is audio recorded, don't ever think it will be a long hours together material. No, it will not be more than 5 statements, 24 hours. The same 5 statements is getting repeated in the old stupid gramophone record in different ways of getting stuck. Just this one statement. I ate and like kaka biryani. I ate and like biryani. Maybe next time. I ate and like kaka biryani. Maybe the third time. I ate and like kaka biryani. I ate and like kaka biryani. That's all is your inner audio recording. Please understand. If you think, if you are inside, audio recording is done, you will have multiple things. You are wrong. You do not know you. The more restless you are, you think more thought currents you have. No. The more restless you are stuck in the same thought more number of times. Not more thought current. You are repeating the same more number of times. Not more number of thought currents. Listen. Listen to this understanding. You can be complete and be liberated today. Internalize this truth. It is fresh out of the box definition of karma directly from Sadashiva. Remember this one truth. Your life has no video recording. It only has audio recording. Your actions do not count. Your thought current counts. Your fight with your mother, or your fight with your mother-in-law, or your fight with your brother-in-law, or your fight with your daughter-in-law, or your fight with your son-in-law, or your fight with your granddaughter does not count. You fight that counts. Same action by different people will have different karmic effect. the statement is true. Next statement, karma cannot be changed. You may be thinking, I'm going to say this statement is myth. I'm saying truth. Karma cannot be changed. It can only be discarded. It cannot be changed. It can only be discarded. Understand the thought current of fight, thought pattern of fight. If you pick up, you can never see peace. It cannot be changed. You cannot alter the effect, side effect, the associate thought currents, the friend, neighbor of this thought current. They come with Anga, Avarana, Parsha Devatas. If Mahadeva comes, Nandi will come. Devi will come. Ganesha will come. Kartikeya will come. With Ganesha is rat will come. With Kartikeya is peacock will come. With Devi is lion will come. You can't change it. When you bring the thought current, a fight, all the things associated will come, you can't change it. Effect, side effect, after effect, everything will come, you can't change it. You will attract the same type of people who are holding the same thought current in your life again and again and again. It cannot be changed. Karma cannot be changed. It can only be discarded. The good news I have for you is karma cannot be changed. The great news I have for you is karma can be discarded. The moment you discard one thought current, suddenly you will see, not only you are entering the next level of your existence, you will be seeing the people will exist in the next level surround you suddenly. It is literally like Indian movies. How the moment you fall in love, the scene changes. The dry land around you becomes a green grass bed, and the electric pole around which you are standing and talking in your stupid cell phone becomes a great Devadaru tree, and the dog which is pissing around that electric pole becomes a cute pet Pomeranian, and you just run around the tree. Sometimes you even feel the chilliness around the pole, ice around the pole, till police comes and picks you up. If you are just running around the electric pole, what else do you expect? Just like how in Indian movies, the moment you fall in love, your whole inside, outside changes. I tell you exactly the same way. When you complete even with one thought current, the whole thing suddenly around you will change. It has to change, only then you are completed. Your friends in reality and your friends list in Facebook. Your likes in reality and your likes in Facebook. You are right, wrong, good, bad, everything suddenly will change. You will have such big breathing space. You will have that breather. Suddenly the feeling suffocated, collapses, crashes. That becomes the music of your whole being. Whenever the becomes the music of your whole being, you are tasting completion. You are tasting completion. You are tasting completion. Next statement. I will not accumulate karma if I do nothing. Do I accumulate karma through action or do I burn karma through action? This statement, I will not accumulate karma if I do nothing, is a myth. Listen, because there's no such thing as doing nothing. You can't. You don't know that space. When you achieve that space, you will not be making the statement, if I do nothing. You will make the statement, if I be nothing. You can never be doing nothing if you are being something. Only if you are being nothing, you can be doing nothing. So there's no such thing as doing nothing. So the statement, I may not want to even say it is myth or reality, I will say it is wrong. The statement is wrong. If you make the statement, I will not accumulate karma if I be nothing, it is reality. If you make the statement, I will not accumulate karma if I do nothing, is mistake statement. If you make a statement, I will not accumulate karma if I am doing nothing, is a myth statement. Next line, do I accumulate karma through action or do I burn karma through action? Understand? If your context is moving towards completion, you burn karma through action. If your context is not towards completion, you accumulate karma through action. Whether you burn karma through action or accumulate karma through action is dependent on how you hold you, the context you set for you. Basically, if you believe Cosmos has CCTV, camera recording going on, you will be accumulating karma by action. Because that kind of a faith will lead to that kind of a thought current and action flow. But if you understand, it has no CCTV footage recording going on. It has only internal chip recording the audio. You will exhaust your karma through your action, because you know where you need to work is the thought current you are having, not the action trend you are doing. The struggle is not supposed to be done to wake up early morning 4:30. The struggle is supposed to be done to break the lazy thought current and boredom thought pattern. Unfortunately, when you believe the CCTV footage, all your struggle is aimed at waking up at morning 4 o'clock instead of breaking the thought current of boredom, thought current of tiredness, thought pattern of tiredness and boredom. Even for your whole life, if you wake up early morning 4:30, did not break your thought pattern, thought current of boredom and tiredness, you built a good habit, not liberation. Habit is a habit. All of you know, and I want to remind you once more, in habit, if you remove the T, if you remove the H, yeah, bit will be there. If you remove A, bit will be there. If you remove B, it will be there. Only when you remove the I, the thought current, it will die. Even if you work whole day in Microsoft, did not complete with the thought current of feeling bored and tired, understand, you will just feel stuck and feel exploited, sucked and die by 45. After 45, if something is left in your body, that may be much worse than death. If you break the boredom and thought current and bring activism, you experience activism and go on working, you may be working till the last moment of this body's existence and stay, will not be tired, retired, bored. If you are bored, bore yourself and your thought current. If you are bored, drill both the thought current of feeling bored. I have next question. Now that I learned about karma, what can I do? How to make this practical in my life? Understand? Today I have revealed some of the most important sacred secrets about karma, shaken many of your beliefs, more than answering many of your questioned many of your answers. Don't even bother. Don't even bother about the action plan, because I have given you thinking plan. Encourage this new thinking plan, that is the action plan. All action plan without encouraging new thinking plan will be failure. When you have a new thinking plan, action plan is not required. Have this thinking plan. Have this thinking plan. People ask me, should I even try to change karma? Yes. Change your karma. But remember, karma means the thought current in which you are stuck. The thought current in which you are stuck is karma. Discard it. Change it completely. Karma is, listen, please, listen carefully, listen very carefully. Karma is not like your Rudrakshamala. If it is broken, you can restring and wear, or you can replace the broken bead with a new bead. Karma is not your Rudrakshamala, it's your diaper. You have to change it completely. Karma is diaper. You have to change it completely. You can't change part of it. You can't wash and reuse. Karma is not your soap or your shampoo or your mala to repair, reuse, wash. No, it is your diaper. When it is smelling, you have to change it completely. Even wash the area it was touching. If you feel stuck, you have to change it completely. Even the hand with which you changed it need to be washed. Next question, how do I decide what to change and what not to change in my life? Listen, change everything that can be changed. You can't change which you can't change, leave it. Change everything that can be changed. The most important, the thought current, changing the thought current. Once you change that, everything which can be changed will be changed around you. Blessed are those who have nobody else in their life who need to be changed when they change, or with whom they feel stuck when they change. Greater blessed of those with whom they share their life also change when they change. Blessed are those who don't have anybody in their life who need to change when they change. Greater blessed are those who have people who change when you change. If you don't have anybody, you are not stuck with anybody. Your change is your change. You don't need to wait for anybody else to change along with you. You are a sannyasi. If you have somebody in your life who changes when you change, you are a real grihastha. If you have somebody to hold you, even when you change, not ready to change, you are householder. Holder. Grihastha is not householder. Grihastha means moving. Graha, sthiti. The sthiti of grahas is moving, changing. If you are in the sthiti of grahas, grihastha. But the very word householder brings a different context. Householder. It is like suddenly after the aircraft lands, you put a bolt and nut and seal that into the runway. That is householder. Grihastha means the plane is let to fly like grahas. Change. Anything can be changed. Change with challenge. Go on challenging. Anything which says I won't change. Try to change the very change itself. Next question. How to awaken to true purpose and highest potential? When you are ferocious to challenge anything which says it won't change. That ferociousness to change everything is what I call seeking. Ferociousness to change everything is seeking. Be a Kali to your very life. Be Sadashiva to your very life. Create what you want to. Maintain what you want to. Destroy what you want to. Hide. Put it in illusion what you want to. And grace, give your blessings to what you want to. Be Sadashiva for your life. That is awakening to your true purpose and highest potential. That's all is the time we have. But I have not finished saying whatever I want to say. I will continue to say whatever I want to say in further satsangs. As you all know, satsang starts, never ends. And I will continue to say whatever I want to say, even if you see this satsang, listen to this satsang again and again and again. Because whatever I want to say, the seed is already expressed in this webinar. The more and more you listen, the seed will grow deeper and deeper in you. So, understand? Breaking everything can be broken or can't be broken in you is awakening. Whatever you can break in you, you break it. Whatever I can break in you, I break it, is inner awakening. Whatever can be changed inside you by your ferociousness is awakening. Whatever can be changed inside you by my ferociousness is inner awakening. If you want to see my ferociousness and what all it can break in you and change in you, come to inner awakening. Come to meet Kala Bhairava in Kashi. With this, before the last segment of this webinar, I invite Manupama to share a few things with you before coming back to me. I come back and share something more about karma. Manupama, please go ahead.
Thank you, Swamiji. I want to share a few words before I take you back to Swamiji. I know we're all eager to be back with him, so I'll keep this as brief as possible. That short and very profound introduction to karma will certainly have left you wanting more. There are 3 such opportunities coming up that I'd like to share with you. The first chance is a powerful 2-day workshop called the Nitya Kriya Yoga. The Nitya Kriya Yoga, or NKY, is a brand new program that Swamiji is teaching for just the second time. It'll help you understand and work through your karmas. Swamiji says, karma is nothing but your belief in impossibility. We think that we're just the body and mind, but the truth is there are 5 layers or koshas which hide the true us. These 5 layers are each a different aspect of us, body, mind, desires, etc. And each hides different types of impossibilities. In NKY, Swamiji experientially guides us on how to remove these impossibilities and blasts through them. He silences the negative whispers of our unconscious self and helps us explode in bliss. He connects us to the true us, the one who is beyond worries, struggle, beyond all impossibilities. NKY is happening in a city near you on the following days: August 14th, 15th, and 16th in the Western Hemisphere, and August 22nd and 23rd in India, Southeast Asia, and the rest of the world. If you're in one of our centers, you can sign up with your local coordinator. For online viewers, please scroll down below the video and click on the Nitya Kriya Yoga banner, which will take you to the sign-up page. That is the first opportunity. The second very unique opportunity to spend time with Swamiji in a very amazing setting is a spiritual travel retreat to the Kumbh Mela. The Kumbh Mela is the largest gathering of humanity in one place for one event, with over 100 million seekers gathered to celebrate their spiritual life and their quest for enlightenment. You will get to experience the grandeur, the miracles, and the lifestyle of such people who live spirituality. This unique opportunity is a 10-day program from September 11th to 20th in Nasik, India. You will stay right in the middle of this festival with Swamiji. The highlight of this festival will be a holy dip in the river of Godavari with Swamiji to cleanse your karmas. You will travel with Swamiji's procession, be the first group to take this holy dip in the waters and cleanse yourself of the karmas. If you're intrigued and want to learn more, please scroll down again on the page that you're viewing the video and click on the banner that says Kumbh Mela, an experience of a lifetime, for more information. So you can view the Kumbh Mela banner. Thank you. Once again, if you're at a local center, then you can go ahead and contact your local coordinator to register for this amazing program. Once again, please click refresh so you can see the Kumbh Mela banner on the page for the online viewers. And finally, what Swamiji spoke about, inner awakening. I invite you to the ultimate experience with Swamiji, the 21-day Inner Awakening Program. The Inner Awakening Program, Swamiji, his energy, his powers, his enlightenment, become the co-creator of your life and helps you rewrite the very karmic blueprint of your life. The next Inner Awakening Program is in Varanasi between October 1st to 21st. If you felt curious, inspired, awakened, and empowered by Swamiji's words, I urge you to make an intention to attend this program. A sincere intention is a very powerful way to get the cosmic energy to work to make it happen for you. And ask the cosmos to fulfill your spiritual seeking and remove obstacles. This intention form is not a commitment, just a sincere intention, a deep desire to be there with Swamiji. Once again, to fill out this intention form, please scroll down on the page that you're on. You will find a link that says Inner Awakening Intention Form. Fill it out. In the comments box, please include whatever obstacles you may be facing to attend this program and write your own personal message to Swamiji. Explain what you would like Swamiji to know about your situation, and then, when you're filling it out, after filling it out, make a sincere wish and click submit. This form will be taken to Swamiji for blessings and darshan. That's all. You will receive a reply when Swamiji blesses your intention, and we will reach out to help guide you towards making your inner awakening a reality. Hope to see you soon, either at the Nitya Kriya Yoga workshop in 2 weeks, at the Kumbh Mela, or the upcoming Inner Awakening in October in Varanasi, or better still, at all three. Thank you for your listening. I know we're all eagerly waiting to hear from Swamiji again, so I request Swamiji to please address us all.
Just few words on karma. Listen. It is just you are destined to change anything you know, liberates you from all karmas. Be Sadashiva for yourself in recreating yourself. Be Mahadeva for yourself for reinventing yourself. The next question I have, I heard that specific spiritual places like Varanasi help with karma. Can you please explain how? Because the place like Varanasi has its own energy centers, lifestyle, way of existing continuously to teach breaking free from your old thought current and thought pattern. So Varanasi will really infuse that energy of ferociousness to reinvent yourself. Understand, especially the coming October Varanasi Inner Awakening. I am raising to the next level of breaking the very concepts and ideas you guys have about Inner Awakening. I am breaking the very karma of Inner Awakening. Understand? Whatever you know about Inner Awakening and I know about Inner Awakening, I am breaking it. That is why I am going to accept 200 volunteers by providing free accommodation and food. Anybody who has done already Inner Awakening, you are free to apply. If you are invited, you will be given free food and accommodation and all major darshans free. Anybody who has done Inner Awakening already, wanted to volunteer and experience the breakthrough of Inner Awakening, not just breakthrough of you, breakthrough of the system which I give you breakthrough. Breakthrough of the thought current through which I give you breakthrough. The next question, relationship between karma and Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela is the space and energy landing into the place and time to raise you beyond your karmas. The space and time supporting you by landing into the place and time to raise you beyond karma, to infuse that ferociousness, to break from all karma patterns, to explode beyond all karma patterns. Next question. Little bit about Kumbh Mela Nasik experience. I can speak about Kumbh Mela Nasik experience, but not a little bit. It's a place where the greatest being walked on the planet Earth, decided to live for years to celebrate his light romance with his consort Sita, the great Rama. Understand, the place Rama chose to live with Sita, then understand what kind of a place it will be. He chose because all the best rishis of those days, the Sabda rishis, all 7 of them were living there. And all the great 5 things were available there. 5 energies means the energy of earth, water, fire, air and ether. All the 5 were very auspicious in that place. Panchavati and all the Sabda rishis lived there. That is why Rama chose that place to spend with Sita. In any recorded history, Rama is the only one had longest honeymoon, 13.5 years. That is why you can't call it as honeymoon, honeysun. 13.5 years. Only the last 6 months, Ravana kidnapped Sita. Otherwise, 13.5 years. They enjoyed life in Panchavati, in Nasik. Come to experience the space of Rama and how he lived the experience of Shivoham. Rama is the greatest devotee of Mahadeva, understand. Before doing every action, he installed Shivalinga and worshipped Mahadeva. After successful every action, he installed Shivalinga and worshipped Mahadeva. We are in a place where he installed Shivalinga, Rameshwar, in Ramanagara. After destroying Kakasura, Kakabriyanisura, Rama installed Rameshwar here in Bridhi. That is why this place is called Ramanagara. Nasik is the place where he ripened and started radiating the experience of Shivoham. So come to celebrate Rama's Shivoham experience. So you will see me totally in a new different dimension and space, because I'm going to express Rama's experience of Shivoham. And the next question, the usual, is there any guided meditation or technique we can do to work on our karma? Listen to this webinar 21 times. Once a day for next 21 days. That is the guided meditation. Listen to this webinar next 21 days. Once a day, every day. That is the guided meditation you can do to work and complete your karmas. I bless you all. Let everyone here be free from all karmas and be liberated from all karmas and radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyananda Dhyana.
Nithyananda, everyone. So what a powerful satsang about the karma. Even to understand these cognitions, we have to hear at least 21 times. Swamiji had just said. Okay, so now we are going to move on to manifesting the power of levitation. So let's do one round of power manifestation. So please sit straight with your head and back straight line. For those of you who are off camera, so can you please come on in front of camera for the power manifestation? So you sit your head and back straight line, and your legs in sama lotus posture are cross-legged. Sit cross-legged, preferably in lotus posture, and hands in samana mudra. Lock the hands and put it in your lap. Basically, you are locking your legs with lotus posture at Padmasana. If you cannot do the Padmasana, you can do cross-leg. Then your hands locked in samana mudra with your head and back straight line. Now start chanting this is the posture you need to sit for the levitation, power manifestation of levitation. Now start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Start chanting the Mahavakya and experience the space of oneness. With the space of oneness, declare to manifest the power of levitation, lift off the ground. Now start chanting Mahavakya and experience the space of oneness.
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द
Nithyananda, everyone. Now, please post your power manifestation experience in the chat. What did you feel? What is your power manifestation experience in the chat? Atma Jyotikananda, Sri Lingodaya, Singwang. All of you, please post your, I must have post your power manifestation experience. Now, we'll enter into our next session on karma. Today, you're all learning so many powerful cognitions on karma. Now we are going to have a session on the technology of surrender.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Technology, common
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
the idea that you have of yourself,
ॐ नित्यानन्द
whatever you may think,
परमशिवोऽहम्
anything,
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
so many ideas you
ॐ
have,
नित्यानन्द
carry those ideas
परमशिवोऽहम्
and do this.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
The
ॐ
feelings of
नित्यानन्द
strong belief that about
परमशिवोऽहम्
yourself,
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द
whatever you think of yourself, your limited version, you have your so many cognitions about yourself, those are not this, are valid. That is karma pattern. Did you know you are not who you think you are? It is well known to science that of the trillions of cells in our body-mind system, millions of cells die each day and millions of cells are reborn. And after a few years, there isn't a single cell in our body which existed 2 years earlier. Every single entity in the body is new. This means that there is really no constant I as we imagine. Yet we carry that label proudly. All we are is a bunch of memories. Root patterns, collectively known as samskaras. Our root patterns define us. Our root patterns rule us and make decisions for us. That is what this I is all about. Simply a bunch of memories, our root patterns. There's nothing more than that. Whatever you describe as our limited self, I can do this, is only your belief, what you think about you, which is not truth about yourself. So that is a karma pattern that you are holding. So then how to stop incurring karma? You can happily continue your normal life, but drop your attachment. Fantasies, speculations, greed, and fear about past and the future. So you need not renounce what you already have. All you need to do to achieve the space of completion is to renounce what you do not have. How to stop incurring karma? When we complete with our root thought patterns and give up our possessions and attachment to possessions, we feel liberation. Bhagavan Krishna says that one who is not concerned about the fruits of his action has truly renounced. Attachment to action and to the results of action creates more desires. Even when an action has been completed and the expected results achieved, as long as one is attached to that action and its result, another desire crops up. So even when one desire is fulfilled, another unfulfilled desire rises. This is a constant, consistent sequence of incompletions. This is what is karma. Karma is nothing but unfulfilled, incomplete desires. As long as we have attachment to the action as a doer, which in turn creates an expectation of a reward or punishment, we are caught in the cycle of karma and samsara, the worldly life. So one of the greatest technique is to get rid of karma is technology of surrender. Bhagavan Krishna lists 5 factors from Sankhya philosophy responsible for our activities. These are the body-mind system, what we carry, the operator of the body-mind system, that is the individual, the senses, different efforts causing the activities, and finally, the ultimate power of the divine. All activities, right or wrong, good or bad, are caused by these 5 factors. If, however, the individual considers himself to be the doer, his body and mind, he is not aware. So Bhagavan Krishna concludes that while philosophical discussion mentions 5 players in all activities, the ultimate controller is the divine. we are immersed in our body, mind, spirit system and caught in our sensory perceptions and believe that we are the power behind all that we do. Whatever we may understand as yourself, your body, mind, spirit system is the totality of many things, and individually each is responsible for something. In spite of this, you think that you are responsible for the whole thing. This is where the trouble starts. Bhagavan Krishna gives the technology for the deeper levels of surrender. There are 3 levels of surrender. The first is intellectual surrender. That means you accept that the Guru's intellect is sharper than your intellect. His intellect is of a higher order than yours. This is the intellectual surrender. Accept Guru's intellect is sharper than yours. Then next is emotional surrender. This is trusting that Guru's guidance on the emotional plane is more intelligent than your emotions. Next is, the third is surrendering the senses. Your cognition or a root of cognition itself. Surrendering the senses. Your cognitions, the understanding about you, everything, that itself you surrender. All your senses, the root of cognition itself, you surrender. A deeper level of surrender, this is the level of the senses. The surrender of senses means that your senses are listen to what he says. Once a disciple asks his Guru, why should I surrender? The Guru asked, how do you know whatever you think you know about yourself? The disciple replied, I know myself through my senses. The Guru asked, who do you think you are according to your senses? The disciple said, as far as I know, I am the body and mind. His Guru responded, you are divine, not just body and mind. The Guru said, only when you surrender your senses will you realize the truth of what I'm saying. The moment you trust me more than your senses, you experience that you are divine. You then understand the meaning of Tattvamasi. Literally, you are that, meaning you are divine. The Guru again and again tries to show that you are divine. The Guru stands for the idea that you are the infinite. He shows you various dimensions of your inner self that you have not explored or experienced. He shows you so many dimensions of your being. The Guru stands for your multi-dimensional being. He tries to show you that it is possible. He shows you that if it is possible for him, it is possible for you also. But as long as you believe your senses, you think that you are the body and mind. When you trust the Guru more than your senses, you understand that the Guru's words are the truth and not your senses. Two voices are speaking from two different levels. On one hand, your senses tell you that you are the body and mind. On the other hand, the Guru tells you that you are divine. You have many dimensions to your being. In the inner world, the first and last tool you need to complete surrender. You need is complete surrender. You can experience Krishna consciousness not just by surrendering the intellect and emotions, but also surrendering the root of the intellect and the emotions, that is the senses. A beautiful verse in Tamil says that when you give your eye and mind to existence, Parashakti or existence gives her eye and mind to you. Both banks accounts merge and become one. Vasaga, the great enlightened Guru, sings a beautiful Tamil song to Shankara, the Lord Shiva. Tandatu entanai kundadu untanai Shankara Yarkolu Satura. He says, I gave myself to you and received you in return. So who is benefited most from this bargain? Who is more intelligent, O Shankara? I give myself to you and in return I got you back. So who is more intelligent? In surrender, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Surrendering does not mean giving up everything. It does not mean giving up your property, keep everything. However, take care that you do not internalize them. You do not judge yourself based on your properties. So do not judge yourself based on your bank balance. Do not judge yourself based on your relationships. Do not judge yourself based on your name and fame. Do not judge yourself based on your friends. Do not judge yourself based on your friends. You are greater than all these things put together. As long as you judge yourself based on these things, you internalize these into your being. These become the central points of your life. They push and pull you in all directions. Understand that you are something beyond these things. The moment you wake up to this truth, you will now allow yourself to be put into any frame based upon bank balance, relationships, attitudes, or name and fame. These things cannot be used to judge you. Now, internalize within yourself, be aware and be complete that you are something greater than anything you can possibly possess. Any questions, clarifications? Please do let me know. Yes, now let's move on to the manifestation, power manifestation of the levitation. So for that, you please sit straight with your head and back straight line and sit in the lotus posture, Padmasana, or sit cross-legged. Your hands in Samana Mudra, that means interlock, and put it in your lap. Make sure your head, neck, back, straight line. And now start chanting the Mahavakya. Visualize Swamiji's form in your lap. Your hand should be like this, Samana Mudra, and put it in your lap. So now start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Start chanting the Mahavakya and experience the space of oneness. With the space of oneness, declare to levitate. Intensely start chanting the Mahavakya. Yes, now please go ahead and share your manifestation, the levitation manifestation, please. Did you experience the levitation? Your body vibrated, your body felt heavy, your body felt light. Whatever is your manifestation, please post it in the chat. Yes, now let's move on to our next session. Any questions on in the previous session? Ultimate technique to get out of the karma. Now we're going to learn burning common myths about the karma. Bursting the common myths about the karma. Bursting the common myths about karma. Now, karma means that the effects of our actions will come back to us in the future. Is it myth or reality? Karma means that the effects of our actions will come back to us in the future. Please post your comments in the chat. This is a quiz. Unless you respond in the chat, so now we're going to learn the basics again in Swamiji's reality. In the compilation of Swamiji's satsangs on what is karma. Then we'll come back to this exercise.
Any idea you have, thought current you have, thought pattern you have, which is not bringing health in you, is karma. Wealth, any thought current, any thought pattern you have, which is not bringing wealth, what you want to cause as your reality in your life is karma. Anything which is not letting you cause your reality, the stuck thought current, which is not causing your reality, is karma. Understand? It can be in the field of your relationships, in the field of your wants, in the field of your needs, in the field of your contentment, in the field of your completion, whatever may be the field. In any field, the thought current in which you are stuck thought pattern in which you are stuck is karma. Listen. It may be a beautiful, profound, logically convincing theory which you read in a great spiritual book or heard from a great spiritual teacher. Anything which is not liberating you, anything in which you are stuck is karma. Please understand. You might have heard those theory, those belief, those truth from whoever it may be. You might have heard. You might have been thinking. You might have been analyzing. You might have read. You might have been internalizing. Any thought current which is not letting you cause your reality is karma. There may be tons of books you would have read on medicine, but if you are not out of disease, the thought pattern, thought current you built with all your knowledge is only karma. There may be tons of life solutions for every situation you may know, like completion with yourself, completion with others, authenticity, integrity, responsibility, enriching, listening. There may be tons of concepts you heard to cause your reality, but if it has not started happening, it is only karma for you. Listen. It means still, somewhere your logic is not opened up. Any thought current which makes you feel stuck, suffocating, caught, is karma. You may know about completion, incompletion, authenticity, integrity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, everything. You might have heard all those concepts, enjoyed them logically. But if you are still stuck with some thought pattern which again and again brings you back to the same state, if you have not caused your reality, be very clear, all these thought patterns and thought currents and definitions, everything is just karma for you. All the concepts. So karma is not just one part of you. It is the whole net on which you are bound. Anything which raises you to the next level, which gives you the push, breakthrough, is freedom, is completion. Understand? If you have come expecting definitions about karma, whether it is Pitu dosha, Naga dosha, Sarpa dosha, Snake dosha, what is karma? You are wrong. Listen. Any thought current or pattern, thought pattern or lifestyle in which you are stuck, your reality is not caused, is karma. Any thought current, thought pattern which gives you a breakthrough, push to the next level of your reality, which is making you cause your reality, is liberation, is completion. Understanding the cosmic flow of life, like karma, naturally takes its own course of life. Listen to every truth I'm revealing. Understanding the natural flow of life means knowing people who harm you will get their karma back. People who support you will get their punya back. If you do something wrong, you get the karma. If you do something wrong but you raise your consciousness, you can save yourself from the karma coming back. Understanding these few basic principles takes away tiredness, boredom, decision fatigue from your head. Listen, decision fatigue is nothing but cherished revenge, frustration by coming to conclusion, world is not fair. Listen, when you feel world is not fair, you block the flow of energy to you. You block your Shakti. You fall into frustration. Naturally, that leads to decision fatigue. Understanding world is just dharmic, having simple eyes to see how the karma comes back, how nobody can escape from good or bad. Understanding this basic truth takes away all decision fatigue, frustration, anger about life, vengeance you cherish about people and life, known, unknown, all that just taken away. You become a free channel for energy to flow. Listen. Knowing whether human society or world, nature, everything known and unknown flows as per dharma. I tell you guys, It is this clarity. Just because of this clarity, karma naturally goes back to people. I don't initiate new karma. See, listen carefully. This is one of the biggest confusion. All those so-called logical brains. People try to tell, maybe, see, when I tell them, hey, don't kill the goat and eat, next Janma, the goat will come as a human being and kill you and eat. They say, maybe Swamiji, last Janma, the goat killed me, and yet that's why now I'm killing the goat and eating. Stop initiating new karma. Then, your Kundalini will be awakened, you will have the Shakti to see the flow of whole life. Stop this idiotic justification for initiating new karma. Listen carefully. I realized the flow of dharma and flow of karma. I stopped initiating new karma chakra or the karmic chains. That has brought so much energy in me. So much energy, I tell you. Every time I start having larger visualization, larger plans, larger work. Every time when people try to hit me, persecute me, I flare up and become larger than their imagination. Secret of my energy is knowing the karma flow and dharma flow. I just know you don't need to initiate anything to take revenge on people. Initiate, focus everything to protect you and creatively contributing. That's all. You protect yourself, for that you can do everything. And go on contributing creatively. Even when I give a simple hug, it is absolutely creative. I just want to lubricate that being's inner space with my love and compassion and acceptance, so it can flower into a beautiful, powerful being. Same way when I scream, I just carve that being to become a god in every level. I stop just with these two. Maximum I protect myself and I go on contributing creatively because I am assured inside me experientially about the flow of the dharma, flow of the karma. I do not have a cherished vengeance, cherished anger, cherished violence. All of you should know. You may not have cherished anger towards one person, but you may have a whole against the whole system. You may have a cherished anger and violence against the whole humanity, against the whole economical system, against the whole currency system. When you cherish the anger against the whole system, or the organization you are working for, or the career you are doing, or the clients you are having, you may have anger towards the whole system. Even that gets you decision fatigue. When you cherish anger towards one person, it's called vengeance. When you cherish anger towards unknown system, it's called frustration. Vengeance and frustration both brings decision fatigue in you. The thought pattern which you don't enjoy, which you already feel it is outdated, and which is constantly suffocating you, shrinking you, is sanjita karma. And the thought pattern in which you feel you are stuck, but you are able to cause few things as your reality in your life, that is agamya karma. But because you want to cause one or two things in your life as reality, the thought pattern you accept brings untold, unimagined, unexpected bondages, side effects, after effects in your life. That is called agamya. Listen. Husband is a person who stands by you during all the troubles, tortures, sufferings, pains, which will not be there in your life if he is not there. That is the definition of agamya karma. You try to cause your reality in one dimension of your life, and you accept certain thought current, thought pattern into your lifestyle, which causes multiple other suffocations and bondages, unimagined, unexpected, untold, unbriefed. Understand?
Just because you want to own a home, sometimes you get stuck in the home for next 40 years paying your bank home loan. You want home, that's the reality you want to cause. But when you cause that reality, the thought current you accept and assume on you, the responsibility you bring upon you, can suffocate and bind you in unimagined, unexpected, untold, unseen multiple ways. This is the example for agamya. Prarabdha means not ready to allow either the outdated suffocating thought pattern or the thought pattern which causes your reality partially, deciding boldly to go on renouncing any thought current, thought pattern, even if you suspect them that they are not going to cause your reality completely. If you go on discarding, the discarding will become a lifestyle. That discarding thought pattern, thought current is prarabdha. Means only exhausting. No more accumulation. Waking up to the reality. Any thought current cannot cause all my realities as reality. Coming to that understanding and waking up to that reality is enlightenment. Not ready to be stuck in any thought current is the liberated thinking current. Not ready to revere, honor any thought current is liberated thinking current. Not ready to honor, revere any thought current is completion. Not ready to honor, accept, revere any thought current is perpetual completion. Not ready to accept any thought current as a lifestyle is perpetual completion. However, you understand, the cosmos does not record anything other than violence. Means, only if you cause pain, karma gets recorded. Other than violence, nothing is recorded as karma. For example, somebody goes and steals $2 billion from a multi-billionaire, and that fellow is loaded with trillions of dollars. He doesn't care, no time to punish him, come on, let's earn more. He goes out, he doesn't bother, you don't get karma. And you go to a homeless guy and steal a few pennies, that fellow rolls on the ground and cries, you get karma. Karma is not the quantity or quality of the action you perform, it's only the amount of interference or violence you caused, that's all. Listen, I'll go to the origin of the universe. Please understand. Now, I am giving you cosmic legal opinion. I commit with you, I will be completely integrated to the original truth. Because many of you make many decisions in your life based on my legal opinion. With the responsibility I am talking to you. When this whole universe manifested, Mahadeva, Sadashiva, made only one sankalpa. Let me become many to celebrate me. Listen, it means the first principle is let us all coexist. That's all. The primary principle, let us all coexist. Other than the violence of breaking this, let us all coexist, nothing is considered as karma. All of you are getting what I am saying? See, that infinity, when it decided to manifest as this universe and as all of us, only principle it declared is, let me become many to celebrate me. It means only one principle, let us all coexist, that's all. Only if you break that, let us all coexist, karma comes. Other than that, nothing is a karma. Only thing recorded as a karma is violence, nothing else. All of you are getting what I am saying? For example, as I gave the example, that you take $1 billion and the fellow does not bother from whom you take, you don't get karma. You take 1 penny and the fellow rolls on the ground and cries, you get karma. Karma is only the suffering past, nothing else. Good karma, the celebration cost, that's all. See, Mahadeva, he becomes many. He declares, let me become many to celebrate me. So more and more celebration you cast becomes good karma. More and more pain you cast becomes bad karma, that's all. The same rule applies. You may give $1 billion to somebody and he is not happy about it, you don't get good karma. You may be giving a penny to somebody and he is just praising you and glorifying, he is just ecstatic, you get good karma. It is the experience cost matters, not the other money or quantity or quality or the work of or any of that done. How are you getting? Because the principle in which the universe, Brahmanda, is expanded. See, the universe manifests, it becomes the multiverse. The universe becoming multiverse, the principle or the first declaration with which it explodes is, let me become many to celebrate me. So anything you add as a celebration of ourself is a good karma. Anything you add to break the fundamental principle of coexistence is bad karma, that's all. Nothing else matters. What is karma? Disturbing the natural expansion process of the universe.
Supporting the natural process of expansion is good karma. Trying to disturb is bad karma, that's all.